UFC 317, baby. I had to get started a little bit later tonight. Didn't miss much. We're halfway through the early card. Prelims. Haidider and Mill is going to fight Jose Miguel Delgado. Then Jack Hermanson will fight Gregory Rodriguez. And then the main card should start around 10 o'clock Eastern Standard Time.
Around the world. All right, not a lot of margin for error for divisional hopefuls at featherweight. First things first, though, for these recent risers at 145. Haidider and Jose Miguel Delgado have received nothing but positive notices thus far in the UFC, and this matchup, not surprisingly, well received by the fan base. Now we see on this night who will have the upper hand.
I can't wait for the main
card. Making his first UFC appearance outside of the Apex, Haidider has been delivering the kind of thrills he believes will translate well to a packed-up T-Mobile arena, and he figures to have a willing trade partner tonight in Jose Miguel Delgado. A man whose fighting style rings true with any fight fan, Delgado kept his 100% finishing rate intact in February when he stopped Connor Matthews in the first round. Now it's off to the races and off to this meeting with the Hurricane, another proven finisher who has made a couple of previous UFC foes pay dearly. Coming up next, Haidider the Hurricane Emil takes on
Emil is the underdog in this fight. So we got this fight, we got Hermanson versus Rodriguez, and then we go to the main card. $10 will be into the major action. What up, Jetski? Salute. Jake Paul's fighting tonight. I ain't watching that shit. Hopefully he gets fucking beat up. Probably a fucking rigged affair as usual. Yeah, I don't know what's up with that jet. Out of my fucking hands. I don't like it either. But we got Haidider Emil versus Jose Miguel Delgado coming up now. Delgado, a slight favorite. They're in a commercial break. I can't wait for the main card to stop. That's why I came on later. There weren't many good fights. I want to see Hermanson versus Rodriguez, really. But the main card's really where the action's at tonight. Terrence McKinney fought earlier. He won. Nico Price lost. Tracy Cortez just won. But most of the action's on this main card coming up around 10 o'clock. God damn, it's getting muggy. Yeah, I've seen some here and there too. It's weird. Some people are getting it, some people aren't. Picking and choosing. I hope Jake Paul gets knocked out tonight. I'm sure it's not going to happen, but it'd be nice to see.
But dugouts.
Over here dancing. She lived in the Bay for a while. Hey, who's in the Bay?
All right, tail of the tape is brought to you by Total Wireless. The undefeated Haidider Emil is a slight underdog tonight. He's 35. Jose Miguel Delgado, the minus 145 betting favorite, is 27. Delgado taller by a couple of inches. 4 inches in reach for Delgado. All right, now for the intros. Back inside the buck.
Ladies and gentlemen, this fight is 3 rounds in the UFC featherweight division. Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner, a mixed martial artist holding professional record. 9 wins, 1 loss. He stands 5 feet 11 inches tall, weighing in at 145 and 1/2 pounds. Fighting out of Phoenix, Arizona, Jose Miguel Delgado. Introducing his opponent, fighting out of the red corner, an undefeated mixed martial artist, holding a perfect professional record, 11 wins, no losses. He stands 5 feet 9 inches tall, weighing in at 145 and 1/2 pounds. Fighting out of the Bay Area, California, by way of Cebu City, Philippines, Haidider Emil. And when the action begins, a referee in charge, Mark Goddard.
The great Mark Goddard is our referee. The great Chrissy Blair getting us started here for round 1, the featherweights.
Hey, Chrissy.
Jose Miguel Delgado and Haidider Emil.
Here we go, round 1.
Haidider's right after.
Emil right away with a leg kick. Another calf kick.
And he just makes you fight at this pace. The Hurricane is a perfect
Clinch in the middle.
Delgado looking for
Oh,
the takedown.
reverse takedown. Back to the feet. Oh, Delgado just caught him. It's over. Wow. KO inside the first 30 seconds. Hit him with a knee and a fucking right hand.
Going crazy. Look at Delgado.
Holy shit.
Randy Steinke, all sorts of fire.
That was
in the
nasty.
corner as well.
Haidider Emil
Jose Miguel Delgado just took out Haidider Emil
before he took any further punishment. I mean, he's
in 30
protesting it
seconds.
now, but he just doesn't understand when he sees it again.
Wow.
It was most certainly out.
Big knee.
He bounced back quickly because he's in tremendous
Big
shape,
fucking
but
hook.
He would have taken a lot more punishment right there. Let's take a look at it real quick.
It is tonight's blazing knockout moment,
Wow.
brought to you by Buffalo Wild Wings.
Crazy.
Watch this beautiful knee up the middle
Yep.
by Jose Miguel Delgado.
Bop.
Boom! Right up the middle.
Big right hand after. Gets him to the ground, rocks him with an
Big
elbow.
shots. His arms went limp. We can see it again.
Wow,
He
what a
falls.
KO.
He's in deep, deep trouble. I mean, he's limp there.
Oh. That
Right
was
there,
nasty.
right there. And Mark Goddard, one of the best in the business, made the correct call. Beautiful knee up
Oh,
the
he
middle
was
by
out.
Jose Miguel Delgado.
His
for
head's
the
just
KO
bouncing.
victory.
I mean, Joe, when he hit him with the knee, his legs went stiff right away. John, this guy, Delgado, is the real deal. And he's big and long for the weight class, too.
Handsome man as well. The UFC
Delgado hit him with a wicked
317
knee.
prelims are
One more fight and we're on to the main card. Yay. I didn't watch any of the earlier fights. I only watched Cortez. I turned it on when Cortez was fighting. The woman's fight there. I've only been on for a few minutes. What's up, Pam? Salute. Please like, share, subscribe if you haven't been here before. Haidider Emil just got knocked the fuck out in 30 seconds by Jose Miguel Delgado. Wow.
Round. Declaring the winner by knockout, Jose Miguel Delgado.
vicious knee.
Congratulations, sir. I'm here with the winner, Jose Miguel Delgado, with a fantastic KO. What a beautiful knee, straight up the middle. You timed it perfectly. How happy are you right now?
Oh, man, thanks, God. Thanks, my village. Joe Rogan, for 17 years, I've been dreaming of this moment. To have you, I fucking love you, Joe Rogan.
I
To have this crowd, to have all these people cheering for me.
Hilarious.
I've envisioned this since I was a 10-year-old boy. You made my dream come true. I dedicate my life to this crap. You guys spend your hard-earned money to that. I'm forever grateful.
I want you to enjoy this because it was absolutely beautiful. Look at the timing on this knee.
Nice body shot.
Enjoy the work.
Right hook.
Because I know you went through a
Left
brutal
hook.
training camp for this.
Clinch,
and look
knee.
at this timing on that knee.
Big
Just
right hook.
Pinpoint.
Missed it.
On the chin. Finished. I know he was
And
complaining
finished him
because
on the
he's a
ground.
warrior. He thought he could, but it was the right call.
He's complaining because he's a dog. Haidider is an animal. I knew what kind of man I had in front of me, Joe Rogan. I gave everything to this. I surrendered to the process. This is my world. I want to be the best in it.
Well, congratulations, sir. on a
7-fight win
spectacular
streak.
victory.
Noche UFC, William Gomez. That is the next step in greatness. Give me that, please.
Noche UFC it is, sir. Congratulations. Jose, my honor. Jose Miguel Delgado, ladies and gentlemen.
The classy young 27-year-old Jose Miguel Delgado
Nasty.
with a huge finish tonight. He can hardly believe it. Congratulations. Maybe we'll see him at Noche.
That was pretty nasty.
Celebs are out tonight. Des Rock's with us here early for UFC 317. Also, the UFC Hall of Famer
Rashad
and former
Evans.
champion Sugar Rashad
Rashad Evans
Evans
looks
is with us.
good, no
Now,
diddy.
UFC BJJ
for his
crowned
age.
its first 3 champs Wednesday night. 2 of the champs in the building after their wins, newly minted UFC BJJ belt holders Carlos Andrade and Andrew Tackett taking the action here at UFC 317.
So we got one fight left. Jack Hermanson versus Gregory Rodriguez. We got about 45 minutes till the main card starts. I don't think they'll start it early. That last fight did not go long, so there might be a little intermission right now until they get this next fight started. Wow. Jose Miguel Delgado is on a pretty good run to start his UFC career. Made quick work of Haidider Mill. Wow. In our main card, I'll read it off again. We got Peyton Talbot versus Felipe Lima. Benil Darush versus Renato Moicano. Brandon Roval versus Joshua Van. Pantoia versus Cara France. And Toporia versus Charles Oliveira.
Well, DC knows all about ESPYs tonight. It'll air live from the Dolby Theater in Los Angeles Wednesday, July 16th, 8 p.m. Eastern and Pacific on ABC. It will also stream live on ESPN+. And the ESPYs will also be available to stream on demand after the fact the next day on Disney+, Hulu, and ESPN+. So one more look at your 2025 Fighter of the Year ESPY nominees. The great middleweight champion out of South Africa, Dricus du Plessis. The middleweight
2025 Fighter of the Year Award at the ESPYs. Dricus du Plessis, Merab Dvalishvili, Kayla Harrison, Islam Makhachev. That's a tough one. Merab probably deserves it. Although Islam did his thing too.
He is ready to get after it once again.
Yeah,
tonight
Rogan's here.
as he takes on Manaus's Gregory RoboCop Rodriguez. His first UFC main event earlier this year produced a fight of the night, but not necessarily the desired outcome. And you can be sure RoboCop will be stalking his Swedish prey early on.
Hopefully Liver King isn't.
Middleweights will make the walk straight ahead from Vegas as we continue live.
Imagine if the Liver King came out from underneath the ring. Like some WWE shit. Oh my God, it's the Liver King. I think there's a WWE event tonight too, or tomorrow. I seen something. I know Jet was talking about it. I saw John Cena getting punked off by fucking, what's his name there? The guy that tried to fight in the UFC. That was terrible. The worst. I don't know why they ever let him try to fight. He was fucking terrible. But him and Cena were going at it in a rap battle. I saw some footage of. It was pretty funny. He's a better rapper than he is a mixed martial artist, for sure. CM Punk was doing a better job rapping than fighting. They thought he was going to be like Brock. Brock was a friggin' college. I think he might have won in the college. If not, he was damn close to being a champion. Not sure if he won a wrestling title. I know he was like top 3 at worst. So Hermanson Rodriguez up next. And then the main card should start around 10 o'clock Eastern time. What up, Kai? Love you, brother. He won the championship? Yeah, I thought he won at least 1 year. I think he went to Minnesota. Fucking Sean Paul.
Coverage here on ESPN for UFC 317. The UFC 317 prelims are presented by Bud Light.
Guys, check out ESPN's MMA show, Good Guy, Bad Guy, with me and Chael Sonnen. Watch us on YouTube, ESPN2, ESPN Plus. You can also
Thank you, Kai.
Podcast. That's Chael and I. Every Monday and Thursday.
You as well.
Not want to miss it.
So former lightweight champion Islam Makhachev and former featherweight champion Toporia both chasing history in 2025 in the hopes of becoming 2-division champions. Both men building Hall of Fame-worthy careers. But at least right now, when it comes to record books, accomplishments, and edge-of-your-seat excitement, there remains but one, Charles Oliveira.
I can't wait to see Oliveira
made his UFC
Toporia.
debut back in 2010. He is one of the most dangerous men in all of MMA.
Against all odds, Oliveira rose from the slums of Pantoia.
I hope Oliveira finds a way to do it.
Decorated mixed martial artist in the sport's history.
This man owns records for most finishes, submissions, and performance bonuses in UFC history.
Eu entrei no UFC falando que eu queria lutar com os melhores, eu queria quebrar todos esses recordes.
He's not going to be afraid. We know that.
Another submission. He extends the record.
Mostra quanto perigoso você é, mostra quanto você procura a luta, quanto você quer ela, sabe? O quanto você quer dar show.
His record-breaking run saw him reach the pinnacle of the lightweight division.
He's out! Charles Oliveira is the undisputed UFC lightweight champion! And still, down him now, folks! Oliveira's under the chin.
He's going to have to finish him with a choke or something tonight.
Who can stop Charles Oliveira?
In 2022, the lightweight division would crown a new king.
What a way to stamp yourself the best in the world! Makhachev submits the greatest finisher in UFC history, the belt en route to Dagestan!
Quando eu perdi o cinturão, eu queria se
When I
tornar
lost the belt, I wanted to become a champion again. I had to get it back.
What an absolute legend. Charles Oliveira and Islam Makhachev. Makhachev
He's
now
got
the
a
new
chance
champ.
tonight.
Eu falava pra galera, pô, esse momento aqui do Darush colocando o cinturão na minha cintura tem que se repetir.
Despite the setbacks, the desire to succeed still burned within the Brazilian.
Darush goes down! Oh, he stunned him.
Oh, he's hurt bad. It's over.
Charles Oliveira!
We beat the shit out of Darush.
After never drifting far from title contention, Oliveira was presented with an opportunity to once again stake his claim
And Michael Chandler.
with a rematch against a fellow veteran.
Enter the former undisputed lightweight champion, Charles "Do Bronx" Oliveira.
This man is 14 years into his UFC career and he's never been better.
Cara, minha estratégia na realidade eu só queria lutar
My
consciente.
strategy
Iron Michael
is to win
Chandler
the fight.
taking on the future Hall of Famer Charles "Do Bronx" Oliveira. Tonight the rematch is upon us, and for the winner, big things heading into 2025.
Eu queria estar vencendo round a round. Eu queria sentar e escutar se eu venci ou perdi o round.
Charles fights so technically on the feet. Like, look how quickly that right hand comes.
Chandler with a big land, though.
Oh, nice knee up the middle.
Big knee for Oliveira. Chandler ate it well.
Tá calmo em pé, sabe, as entradas de queda.
Oh, another takedown by Charles.
Mas com certeza na área de performance maravilhosa.
Oh my goodness. He is beating him up.
He beat the shit out of him.
Charles Oliveira and Michael Chandler go the full 25.
Então eu simplesmente só voltei pra casa esperando a minha oportunidade de lutar pelo título.
So I went home and waited for a title shot. Now he's got it.
No man in UFC lightweight history has become a two-time lightweight champion. That is in front of Charles "Dubronx" Oliveira tonight, the most decorated finisher of all time in UFC history. 20 performance bonuses as well.
Wow.
And he will be looking to add to those totals with another signature win tonight in the mega fight with Ilia Toporia.
Yeah.
What you laughing at, champ?
Come on, get this fight started. Let's go.
Yeah, that's good.
He's good. He's so good, man. He finishes.
John Anik, Joe Rogan, Daniel Cormier. So, Charles Oliveira, at least to my eyeballs, has not lost a step. What did you make of his last performance, and what are your thoughts on him coming in?
He certainly has not lost a step. He's as good as he's ever been. He's so technical on the feet. He does everything perfect. His takedowns are sensational. His strikes are long and thudding. He can do everything. He kicks very well. He punches very well. Everything's perfect. And his jiu-jitsu is top of the food chain. I mean, Charles is an elite fighter, and this is a giant test for Ilia Toporia to hop up to lightweight. The second fight in the UFC at lightweight. He had that one really tough fight at lightweight, and then here he goes, fighting for the title.
So you do the telestrator every show. When you got a guy like Charles Oliveira,
It's fun. Here we go. So Charles Oliveira, right? He doesn't throw to the body like Ilia Toporia, but he does this. When he gets close, he drives that knee up to the body, and this is why he finished Dustin Poirier. He hurt Dustin so many times when they came together with these knees that it was allowed him to win the fight. And he's always going to pressure you. Dubronx always wants to pressure you. And watch his hips rotate against Chandler. Look at this. Chandler's hands are dropping. Guys, when you throw long combinations, your hands tend to drop. Charles's hips are loaded. Shoulders are loaded. Left hook lands perfect. Boom. Puts him down. One thing we credit Ilia for doing is throwing a lot of punches and throwing a lot of combinations.
Yep.
When you do that, they have a tendency to drop your hands. If you drop your hands against this guy, especially your right hand, he will blast you with that left hook, and he can put you down. This guy's the real deal. He's amazing,
He
man.
could hurt
He really
Toporia.
is.
It could happen.
All right, it all goes down tonight. Charles Oliveira chasing history. The same can be said for his counterpart, Ilia Toporia, as they decide the UFC lightweight title. You also got Kai Kara-France challenging Alexandre Pantoia. UFC 317, available for purchase right now on ESPN+. Go to UFC.com/PPV everywhere else around the world. All right, now we go high above the octagon where Brendan Fitzgerald anchors our coverage. Fitzy, take it away.
Thank you very much, John. Great to be with you all inside of T-Mobile Arena. I'm alongside UFC Hall of Famer Chael Sonnen and Anthony Lionheart-Smith and the former two-time bantamweight champion, future Hall of Famer Dominic Cruz. We are celebrating all things Charles Oliveira right now. He enters the title fight tonight as a big underdog. He's got to do something nobody's ever done, and that's beat Ilia Topuria, but we have seen Charles Oliveira do things that no other man has done before.
When you talk about him being an underdog, that surprises me. We've got an interesting battle here. We got the number one ranked guy, which is Charles, versus the world champion that walked away from it, Ilia Topuria. They came head-to-head, and the fans sided with the world champion over the number one guy. Listen, I got to tell you this. A lot of talk this week, and I've been in Las Vegas all week. It's Expo, all things UFC related, and everywhere I go, there's talk about the star that Ilia could be. But I'm here to tell you, my sense right now is this crowd rolls with Charles Oliveira. It's not a maybe. He is the most popular guy on this card tonight, and I think you're going to see that when they make their ring walks later this evening.
Well, and the size of underdog that he is absolutely crazy to me. We've all watched him fight, and I think that we're getting hung up on the finishes that Ilia Topuria has. I think we see those snapshots of it, and I think that it does throw us up. But Charles Oliveira He can do all of those things. He can punch with the best of them. He can kick. He can fight long. And we've seen in his last fight, he can be patient as well. And he's got an amazing jiu-jitsu game. He can be opportunistic, but he can also stay safe as he is hurt. When he is hurt, we've seen him get clipped and choose to sit down because he knows he's going to be able to stay safe there. There's not really a spot that you can take Charles Oliveira and he's going to be lost. So I don't understand where the odds are, but who knows? Maybe Ilia Topuria comes in and it's exactly as advertised. And that's why I love this sport. We have to get there.
Yeah, you never know until the fight
But
occurs.
Oliveira definitely has won all these credentials, right, with winning all these awards for finishes and stuff like that. But at the end of the day, the world and the media is what he's looking at because they're doubting him. When you go into these interviews after losing your title, all they want to ask you is, have you lost a step? Are you what you were because you lost what you had? And this is what it takes to be a two-time world champion in the same division. Everybody says you lost a step and you aren't what you were, and that's why you lost it. And you're the only one left that says, you'll see, I haven't lost anything.
Dominic
I'm
Reyes
that
been
guy.
there.
I'm about to show you. And it can feel very lonely. It can feel very alone because we're here to show you where you draw the line for yourself. We're here to show you there is no line. There is no stop for us. You can do whatever you want. And when we look at Oliveira tonight, he's here to win a second title, to prove to the world, to prove to the media, to prove to the doubters that thinks that he's lost a step, that he absolutely has not.
Spoken like a guy who's won a UFC belt 2 times in your illustrious UFC career. Charles Oliveira stands 3 inches taller, 5 inches advantage in reach over Ilia Topuria, who tries for double champ status tonight. John, we'll send it back to you, Octagon side.
Fellas, thank you very much. You know what it is. Pay-per-view, top of the hour, first featured prelim and a middleweight matchup worthy of the time slot.
Here we go, finally.
Re-energized to resume his quest for middleweight
Hermanson
supremacy. Jack Hermanson returns with a
versus
tough test in
Rodriguez.
front of him. For Gregory Rodriguez knows but one direction on fight night, and it's not backwards. Returning to the octagon for the first time since early 2024, Jack Hermanson is back, and the record shows wins in 2 of his last 3 fights. His most recent victory over Joe Pyfer served to hand the top prospect his first UFC loss.
I forgot he
But now
beat
the
Joe
Joker is
Pyfer.
focused on forward motion, the rankings, and the middleweight title race. It all starts here and now when he faces Brazilian contender Gregory Rodriguez. One of the most exciting fighters in this middleweight division. Rodriguez has the tools to win and wow
Rodriguez
fans
is Jack.
along the way, and he expects to hit both marks in what promises to be a war with Hermanson. Coming up next, Jack the Joker Hermanson squares up against
He might, Jack.
RoboCop Rodriguez.
He might. He's capable of it. I'm rooting for him. I'm rooting for him for sure. But Toporia's boxing is very good. And Oliveira has a habit of getting hit. He's taking shots in like every fight. And that's what scares me against a guy like Toporia. But I don't think they're giving him enough of a chance, though. I agree. Let's get this main card going after this fight. Come on. Enough dicking around. I get it. They can't move forward too fast. People aren't even in the building yet. Either way, we'll be sitting there waiting for the main card if they fought this fight a little earlier or not. Oh, I'm getting excited. I'm fucking excited for a lot of these fights tonight. Darush Moicano should be good. Royval versus Van should be very good. Pantoia, Cara France, and Toporia Oliveira should be very good. And I'm interested to see how Peyton Talbot bounces back after taking his first L a couple months ago. He'll be the first fight of the main card. Talbot was looking like a stud. Then he started hanging out wrestling with Frank Ocean. And then he got beat. See if he can turn it around tonight.
streaming the 2nd of July only on Discovery Plus.
I've never sold before and I've never opened a shop before.
Johnny Vegas is living out his dream.
This is just fun.
And going into the antiques trade.
Princess Vegas is opening for business. It's gorgeous. How much for the puppet?
Can he turn his lifelong passion
Just grappling with a fairy under the table
into a bona fide business?
Get it!
Brand new Johnny Vegas's Little Shop of Antiques starts Tuesday the 8th of July on Quest.
Fuck is Johnny Vegas?
TNT Sports, powered by Burgers.
All right, come on, get this going.
Our featured preliminary bout is upon us. It features Jack Hermanson, 37, and 33-year-old Gregory Rodriguez. Rodriguez, the near 2-1 favorite, is 2 inches taller, but 2.5 inches in reach for Jack Hermanson. All right, now for the intros, back inside of Bruce Butler.
Ladies and gentlemen, this fight is 3 rounds in the UFC middleweight division. Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner, a mixed martial artist holding a professional record, 16 wins, 6 losses. He stands 6 feet 3 inches tall, weighing in at 186 pounds. Fighting out of Deerfield Beach, Florida.
I hope you win, Ma.
Amazonas, Brazil. Gregory.
I hope you win, buddy. I hope Oliveira wins.
Opponent fighting out of the red corner, a mixed martial artist holding professional record, 24 wins, 8 losses. He stands 6 feet 1 inch tall, weighing in at 185 1/2 pounds. Fighting out of Oslo, Norway, by way of Uddevalla, Sweden, Jack the Joker Hermanson. And when the action begins, a referee in charge, Herb Dean.
All right, here we go.
Herb Dean, our referee for this one, the beautiful Brooklyn Wren. Busy week for her at the Hall of Fame, with us at UFC 317. And now ready to go with our featured prelim.
Ready.
Here we go. Hermanson, Rodriguez.
Rodriguez in yellow, and Jack Hermanson is in white.
Robocop got after Cannonier early and hurt him. It looked like he was going to get him out of there. One of the things, though, is if he can be a little more patient, he can be in there with the best in the world. Hermanson's proven to be one of those guys. Yes,
tremendous bout, and so big for a middleweight. And the guy looks like a light heavyweight. He's huge.
You might have seen one better putting $50,000 on Gregory Rodriguez tonight.
Someone put 50K on Rodriguez.
Good short left from Jack Hermanson.
He's so explosive, too, when he goes. And to think that this guy's a natural grappler. Imagine if he started to use his grappling. There was a time in the middle of his career where he started grappling and he was
Rodriguez. Nice 3-point
Hermanson
combo.
wisely raising the guard. Now he gets a jab off.
Ooh. Hermanson can't get much going here early. Been all Rodriguez.
Good head movement by Rodriguez. Little subtle movement.
Both guys throw a jab, they miss. Oh, nice job.
Flurry by Rodriguez. Hermanson
right
covered up well.
Oof.
Nice stick and move by Jack.
The biggest improvements that we've seen.
Oh, big body shot, Rodriguez.
Striking, and particularly in his defense. And that's what really played out well. Got caught there. Particularly in the Piper fight, because Piper's so dangerous. He did a great job of being defensively responsible, particularly in
See why they call him Robocop. He just goes
Nice leg kick a moment ago by Hermanson. This coach's cam is brought to you by Cuervo.
Oh, big right, Rodriguez.
Combo, up and down, low and high. Low and high, good. And follow up, there you go, good.
Looks like Hermanson got a little cut started on Rodriguez's head, though.
Let's touch him a little bit.
There's already some blood on Gregory Rodriguez's forehead. That speaks to all the scar tissue that he's accumulated over all these wars, because he really didn't get hit with anything big.
Remember that cut he had when we were in Austin? You got to watch it as a fan?
Oh, yeah.
That was the nastiest cut of all time.
Against Chidi and Jaquani, I believe.
Yeah, that might have been
Crazy fight that was.
Dean Thomas, your microphone is hot. What are you seeing?
I want to speak to that defense of Jack Hermanson. It's good when he's on defense.
No, the cops chased him away.
His problem is when he starts to punch. He keeps his head on the line and he raises it high. If I'm Rodriguez, I'm following one of them jabs back for the right hand because he is exposed every time Hermanson throws a punch. He's got to be careful with that.
Watchful eyes of Dean Thomas. Thank you, Dino.
It's also interesting because Jack's an elite grappler, but does he really want to grapple with a world champion like Rodriguez? We haven't seen much of that, as you alluded to earlier, but Rodriguez has those skills.
Oh, Hermanson, nice shot.
And a lot of times when you're grappling, and you have two great grapplers, you want to be on top. You don't want to be the guy on your back.
Both guys.
Hermanson has landed a few big shots in the last 30 seconds or so. What a collision.
Gregory's much more patient in this fight than his last fight with Cannonier. He learned the lessons of hitting
Hermanson's doing damage, though. There's 3 spots where Rodriguez is bleeding.
And that was his downfall in that fight. When he gassed out, Cannonier hit the gas and took him out of there.
And Jared Cannonier is a monster. And he's got great
so
cardio for how big he is. Look at all the blood, though.
Crazy. It's on his nose as well.
Yeah, there's so much blood.
And not a lot of big shots that cause that. Yeah, it's all the...
Oh, he just knocked Jack Hermanson out cold.
RoboCop with a massive time in Vegas.
Oh, my goodness.
Holy shit.
Oh, my goodness. Boy, that last hammer fist was certainly unnecessary.
But why did the ref jump in there and stop that?
Right.
Yeah.
He's laying there.
The ref's shot, not the fight.
Yeah, he has to keep fighting.
Dude, Jack Hermanson just got hit. To anyone not watching, he fucking went like this, dude, and just went timber backwards, out on the feet. Went down like a chopping, he got it chopped down like a tree. Literally just fell backwards and then got hit with a huge hammer fist. Herb Dean tried to get in there in time, couldn't. He didn't need the hammer fist. The ref should have been on it, but it happened so quick. He faked the right or missed the right, throws a big left sloppy uppercut or hook. I don't know. It was an ugly punch, but it was a bomb. And Hermanson just went fucking out. Stiff. Knocked him stiff. Then hit him with a huge hammer fist on his chin. It didn't even need to happen. Didn't even need to happen. Herb Dean got in there just as he threw it. Holy shit.
He's reaching
He
behind
got his hips, but Jack is still out.
bad.
Yeah, he's out. He got fucking destroyed.
All right, we'll check on Jack in about 30 seconds after this word from DraftKings Sportsbook.
Violent.
There are tons of ways to bet on the big fight with DraftKings Sportsbook. So
okay.
many, I'm going to try to name them all before this guy taps out. Bet on submission props, spreads, same-game parlays. You can also bet live, over-unders, futures. Hang in there. Only about a dozen left. New customers bet $5 and get $150 instantly in bonus bets. DraftKings, the best place to bet UFC. Double chance victories.
Fucking RoboCop.
Landed. Knockout props. So
Look
many
like RoboCop
right?
did.
Right?
Huge.
So they are still attending to Jack Hermanson.
He's still down. Please, God, I hope he's okay. Help him
Looks
get
like
up.
one of his coaches maybe has just gone over there as well.
Yeah.
Fucking
they should honestly
snoring.
be trying to get air to him. Like, you got to get the feet up in the air. You got to start doing stuff to try to help to bring him back a little bit.
Thank you for always putting me on the show.
Gregory Rodriguez sharing a moment with Mick Maynard. Gregory is just dripping with class.
He is one of the nicest guys you've ever met.
You know, I'm sure, you know, and I'm sure there's some segment of the fan base that would have liked to have seen him show some restraint there. But
all right, he's up.
I'll be honest with you,
Thank God.
your job is to fight until the
That
referee
was
says stop.
fucking nasty.
We have seen officials.
The last two
guys.
knockouts, the last two fights.
That was a bad
violent.
So Jack Hermanson is sitting up. A welcome visual there. But my goodness, a devastating knockout for Gregory Rodriguez, as we have come to expect. I mean, that is some serious middleweight power.
And he was patient today. He didn't rush or force anything. He took his time, waited for his shot. Finally, when he got it, he put Jack Hermanson out really bad.
That was insane.
All right, to make this one official now, here's Bruce Buffer.
Ladies and gentlemen, referee Herb Dean is calling stop to this contest at 4 minutes, 21 seconds of the very first round. Declaring the winner by knockout, Gregory Rodriguez.
Congratulations, sir. I am here with the winner, Gregory Rodriguez. Gregory, that was a patient performance by you. And you really came in here with a solid game plan, methodically looked for the shot, and when you landed it, it was lights out.
Yeah, Joey, so man, first of all, I want to honor my Jesus, my Savior, who put me here, who make me bouncing back always. He did the hard job, hard work. So I'm here because so yeah, man, like from my last fight, I learned a lot about patience. You know, always I take the best for my battle. So last fight, I learned a little bit more about myself, and I want to honor those guys, Henry Hooft, my man coach. So yeah, we just gonna keep going. You know, we just gonna
Hermanson
keep
hurt him.
working. One
He's cut up.
That don't tell who you are. I just need to keep going, you know, and go forward.
Well, that learning is what it's really all about. And let's take a look at the big screen and see what you learned, to be patient. And you always have faith in that power, and there it is. Kind of wish you hadn't landed that second shot, but Herb Dean didn't quite get you in time, and you're just doing what you're supposed to do. But that was absolutely a picture-perfect left hook knockout.
Yes, man. So that's like you said, I work my patience, you know. And you know what crazy? I always like, man, I wanna feel the punches. I wanna hit me, and I wanna get my time. So
someone put 50K on Rodriguez
always with my
on
full power, just gonna touch, and I will find my way to get the victory.
I know someone bet 50K. They said before
I'm
the
not
fight.
coming for the knockout. I want to fight.
Wow.
I would fight the 3 rounds, but the knockout's just a bonus, and I'm glad for it.
And the knockout was there. So this was a huge victory for you. Give us your thoughts on where this puts you in the middleweight division and who you would like to fight
Hermanson went
next.
cold
I
instantly.
think that the people already know who I am. I'm a RoboCop, man. I never die, and I'm here to take this over. Let's go. Nick, Dana, just give me, man. I'm a guy who takes on the challenge. I'll be coming, and I'm going to do it.
Congratulations, sir. Gregory
He's a fucking
Rodriguez,
beast, dude.
8th UFC win
I wouldn't want to fight
for
that
Gregory
dude.
Rodriguez, and 8th knockout since his 2020 appearance on Dana
I
White's
see why they
Contender
call him
Series. He's stacked
RoboCop.
10 MMA wins since that
Wow.
point in time. Scary proposition for that middleweight division.
Huge, dude.
Leo Skepi, great to have him with us here tonight for UFC
They didn't even need the hammer
also in the
fist.
building, a lot of
Herb
UFC
Dean
star
gotta
power.
get in there quicker.
Mackenzie Dern here with her daughter, also in the building. Ecuador's Marlon Chito Vera alongside his lovely
Holy
wife.
shit.
Also with us, the former undisputed UFC welterweight champion. Remember the name, Bilal Muhammad. Well, the MMA world
Main
at
card
large is
coming up
starting
next.
to recognize the depths of the goodness of flyweight champion Alexandre Pantoja. He's
10
the
o'clock.
gold standard, takes
About
on all
15
comers,
minutes.
and once again, he will be more than ready to defend his belt here tonight. Representing the famed American top team in Coconut Creek, Florida, here is Alexandre Pantoja.
Everything in my life bring me to create that man right here. I'm very happy to see in the mirror and see who's the man right there.
This man loves to fight. He loves the company. Made his pro debut at 17 years of age.
One thing about Pantoja, he is a guy that can put anyone out.
This is a finisher. It's a fun fighter to watch.
Oh, good straight right.
Instead of a right hand from Pantoja.
And Pantoja closes the show. Wow, and Sasaki trying to fight that hand, but he taps. Oh, it's tight.
There's the tap. Wow. He has never been closer to a title shot than he is right here, right now.
I'm the next flyweight champion, right here. I prove one more time. Woo!
Pantoia is a hunter.
And he is out to prove his evolution and head back to Brazil as the undisputed flyweight champion.
Well, his evolution is undeniable. He is one of the very best fighters in this sport in any weight class.
Tell me whatever you want. That won't change the facts.
Holy smokes! Pantoia with the knockout victory. Tonight, he's certainly gets the job done and becomes the champion of the world.
Oh! Knockdown from Pantoia!
This is what championship-level mixed martial arts should look like.
And new flyweight champion of the world.
I worked so hard for that. Now it's my moment. It's going to take a major effort to dethrone Alexandre Pantoia. Well, were it not for the otherworldly Demetrius Johnson, Alexandre Pantoia might already be the greatest flyweight of all time. His 13 wins are tied for most in UFC flyweight history. He is as decorated a finisher as exists in this division. Performance bonuses, takedowns. Joey's the total package. When his championship moment finally arrived, he busted through the door, and he's already defended the title 3 times successfully.
But he's so good. He's so good in every area. And what you see from Pantoia is an evolution as a champion. You just see in each performance, he just excels and pushes further and further. And I mean, it's really a shame that the flyweight division doesn't get the credit that it deserves, because I think he's one of the absolute finest pound-for-pound fighters on earth. He's so good. He's so strong in all areas, the striking, the submissions, and everything.
Yeah, for as good as Pantoia is, though, I don't know that he's had anyone with this type of knockout power staring across the middle yet. Kai Kara-France is one of those guys who at 125 can shut your lights out with one punch. We have seen that time and time again. He also has tremendous grappling, and he recognizes that he has one more opportunity to become world champion, and he intends to make the most of it tonight against Pantoia.
And he has had the entire City Kickboxing team honed in on him. All right, coming up next, we go high above the octagon. Brendan Fitzgerald alongside Chael Sonnen, Dominic Cruz, and Anthony Lionheart Smith. They'll take you to the top of the hour before we move over to pay-per-view. Stay with us as we continue live from Vegas on ESPN.
Sponsored by Bet365. TNT Sports, powered by Berghaus.
Main card coming up next. Two massive knockouts in a row. I'm glad I didn't come on earlier. It seems like I came on right at the perfect time. Haidider took a wicked KO from Jose Miguel Delgado, and then Jack Hermanson just took another one from Gregory RoboCop Rodriguez. And the first fight of the main card will be Peyton Talbot versus Felipe Lima. Should be coming up in about 10 to 15 minutes. The main card will start. Yeah. Look at the pinned comment, Joe. Thank you if you do. It's cool. I get it.
Well, you hope your International Fight Week delivers delivers the goods. And how about 3 first-round finishes on that fight prelim window to lead up to the pay-per-view coming up top of the hour inside T-Mobile Arena, live in Las Vegas. Happy to have you with us as we take you to our pay-per-view coverage of UFC 317. The Hall of Famer Chael Sonnen, Dominic Cruz, Anthony Lionheart-Smith. I'm Brendan Fitzgerald. Dom, let's talk about Gregory Rodriguez before we spin it forward to the main card. He's tied for the most wins at middleweight since 2021, and he's had 6 knockouts in that span. Jack Hermanson, tough guy to put away. He didn't make it look hard.
What an impressive guy. Look at this knockout. He lays him out with that left hook, but he was getting pieced up a little bit by Hermanson early, but bam, look at this. Let's see the follow-up. Hermanson drops his head, hits the floor so hard when he falls back, but that knocks him out again, and then this second stamp on it. Some people don't like it, but yo, when you're in there fighting someone like Hermanson, you got to make sure he's out, because if he wakes back up, you have quite a problem on your hands, and that's Herb Dean's job to get in there before you land that last one. Good job by RoboCop to get that done, because he is nasty.
Yeah, and I was saying right before the finish, I thought Jack Hermanson was actually looking really, really good. RoboCop has a history of maybe getting a little wild, a little bit insane. He was super calm. He was kind of dealing with the leg kicks. Nasty left hook for the finish.
Jared Cannonier, he was in the main event with Jared Cannonier earlier this year. Fresh matchups, all in that top 15 for Gregory Rodriguez.
And he was very competitive, by the way. I mean, he kind of stood out for me on that. To watch him go out and stop somebody. Look, to get a knockout is a very impressive thing. To knock out somebody, Jack Hermanson used to be ranked number 5 in the world. Jack Hermanson got the jump on Kelvin Gastelum, who I watched get inducted into the Hall of Fame 2 nights ago. This is an incredible win. I believe he's the oldest guy under contract. We're actually trying to get that confirmed, or whether that's an absolute statement or not. It's very impressive. I got to tell you, for the older guys, it was a little bit inspiring.
Betting favorites so far, 6-0 tonight. So you're cashing tickets if you're laying the chalk tonight. Let's take a look at the main card coming up. 5 fights from Las Vegas. And some betting favorites still to be determined. Let's start with predictions real quick as we go top to bottom on UFC 317. Felipe Lima is the betting favorite over Peyton Talbot. Who do you like in this one?
I'm taking Lima over Talbot. I think that Talbot's got a little too much pressure on himself tonight.
Don, what do you think?
I wanted to go with Lima, but as I've been watching, I think I'm going to go with my guy Talbot. I picked him earlier in the night, but I've been watching some of the film. I think he's got the balance and the power to get it done and clip him.
I'm going to go Felipe Lima. We already seen him in a grappling test that he didn't pass, and it was in his last fight. I think there's a big jump still.
We haven't seen Beneil Dariush fight since December of 2023. This fight with Renato Moicano was supposed to go down in January in Los Angeles. They shall do so tonight. Who do you think wins?
Okay. Are we talking Pantoia? Is that what you said?
No, we're talking Moicano and Beneil Dariush.
Thank you for clarifying that. I really like Money Moicano, but I think he might be a little over his head tonight. It's a really big test for Darush in terms of can he still do this work, but I think the answer is yes.
I think Beneil Dariush is a little more unconventional on the feet. He throws change-ups while everybody else throws strikes, and I think that's going to make it hard for him to win. Plus, he's got the advantage off of his back. I'm going to pick Dariush.
I'm going Money Moicano. I think he's a little more fundamentally sound on his feet. I think he's better on top, and I think that's where ultimately he's going to get there.
That should be a
before
good
the
fight.
flyweight title fight, high stakes between Josh Van,
has
who's
anything
ranked
left
number
in the
12,
tank.
taking on the top contender and former title challenger Brandon Royval. I'm
This
coming to
should
you,
be a good
Anthony,
fight,
not on
too.
a prediction, but the stakes in this fight. Joshua Van just fought 3 weeks ago, and he's back
The
in on
main
a
card
4-fight
on
winning
this
streak.
is
Big
sneaky
test
good.
for him.
The stakes are huge here, especially
should
for
be.
Brandon Royval. For him to take this fight, a short notice opponent that he wasn't necessarily prepared for. He's a long-range, kind of wild, creative striker going against a shorter, stockier power striker that likes to be in boxing range. It's really dangerous. He may lose everything right here. He's already in a tough spot with Pantoia still as the champion as it sits right now. Trying to find his way back to a title fight as he's already lost to that person already. Josh Van, that he may be able to skip the entire line. The only reason Kai Francis found himself in this position is because Pantoia beat everybody else. A win tonight is huge for Josh Van.
Predictions for this fight. Joshua Van, does he extend the win streak or does Brandon Royval keep his spot?
Surprisingly, Van happens to be the favorite in this to start with, but secondly, I like Van. Listen, if this was a 5-round contest, I might give you a different analysis, but right now, there's something to be said for momentum, and it stands with Van.
Yeah, I would agree 100%. I got to go with Joshua Van, and the reason is it's 3 rounds, like you said, Chael. Going 3 rounds for Van, being number 12, having not quite as much experience, but almost just as much as Royval. I think Van gets it done with the boxing.
I'm going to go with Brandon Royval. I think really the championship experience Josh Van hasn't been in these type of really high-level fights. 10 through 15 is a different beast. When you get into the number one contender, this is all brand new territory for him.
He wants to win back a lot of respect that he thinks has lost as he is a small underdog in that matchup. Co-main event, one of 2 title fights. Alexandre Pantoja makes his 4th title defense. He was in an epic barn burner 2 years ago. That's how he got the belt over Brandon Moreno. The stakes in the fight against Kai Kara-France.
Huge stakes for Pantoja, and this is why. Not only is he defending, but he's showing, hey, maybe I could be one of these 2 division champs. Could he move up? If he cleans out the division like he's about to do by beating Kai Kara-France, if he can, that gives him a nomination and maybe being one of those .00003, whatever you want to say, percent, right?
The conversation is starting to build, and he's starting to get into that DJ territory among the flyweight legends. Predictions for this fight: Kai Kara-France, the challenger; Pantoja, the dominant champion. Who wins?
Just standing off camera is Brandon Moreno. I met him for my first time ever moments ago, and I asked him, who's going to win this fight? He's been in there with Kai Kara. He said Kai Kara can win it, but only if he does it inside of the first 3 rounds, which I don't think is going to happen. I do not believe that Kai Kara is going to get a knockout. I believe Pantoja retains the title.
I think Kai Kara has his best chances in the first round. I agree with Moreno. He's got up to 3. I think he can get it done, though. I think his hips are away. He's got the good footwork. I think he can stay on the outside. Do not give Pantoja your back, and you got a good chance, Kai Kara.
I think that Pantoja is going to keep his title. I think that he's going to continue to pressure. He's going to continue to wrestle. He's going to find the back. He's going to find his submission. He's going to continue to plan A is to wrestle. Plan B is to enforce plan A, and I think that's what he's going to do the entire time.
It all leads to the main event. A new lightweight champion will be crowned tonight at UFC 317. Ilia Toporia is 16-0. He has been dominant, but now he moves up a weight class. He takes on Charles Oliveira, the most prolific finisher in UFC history and a fan favorite. Who wins the main event tonight?
If Ilia wins, he will call out Patty the Batty, and we will have one of the great organic call-outs of all time. Unfortunately, it's not to be this evening. The fan favorite, Charles Oliveira, is going to leave here with the World Championship.
Tom, what do you think?
Ilia Topuria has 14 knockouts. 9 of them are in the first round. I see him going out there, working the body early. Doesn't have to throw 1 kick. Puts Charles up against the fence, gets the knockout.
I'm going Charles Oliveira. I think he's going to continue to pressure. I think that he's going to punch while being punched. I think that's when you're most vulnerable for a knockout. I believe in Charles Oliveira's power, and I think he can stay safe on the ground.
Wow, couple for Charles Oliveira to pull the upset. The crowd will certainly be on his side.
Main card starting any second.
It becomes just a 10th fighter in UFC history to earn double champ status. ESPNPlus.com/PPV. UFC 317 starts now. You don't want to miss it.
Sponsored by Bet365. Sponsored by Bet365.
No, I didn't. There we go. I'm stuck. I hope it's good tonight.
Warriors emerged the flag of Spain.
Ilia Topuria, I think this guy's one of the best fighters alive.
And along with it, the very torch of a new generation.
The sky is the limit for this guy. It really is. Wow! It's all over.
The walk-off KO for Ilia Topuria.
El Matador, a new brand of fierceness, the likes of which we've never seen.
Oh! He got him! That's it!
An indomitable star who conquered the featherweight division's best.
He's the first man to knock out Max Holloway.
Now heeding his own call to greatness, a move up to lightweight, to win a second title, and to rule a new class of men.
I know that I'm the best fighter in the world, in featherweight or in the lightweight division. I know that I'm one of the greatest of all time.
Tonight, the crown jewel of International Fight Week goes down in the epicenter of the fight world, Las Vegas, Nevada, with 2 title fights, and a Brazilian legend is here to remind everyone
Come on, Charlie boy. I want Oliveira to win
Who has
so bad.
authored the UFC's record books with the most finishes in
I don't
UFC
think
history?
he's gonna, but
He's out.
The most submissions.
He's got the choke.
I really want him to.
And the most bonuses earned.
Go tell it on the mountain.
He could do it, though.
History runs right through the heart of the Bronx.
He's got a better shot than they're
The
saying.
flyweight title is up for grabs, and this Brazilian king has a stronghold on his divisional reign. Already with the most wins and finishes in flyweight history, he's going to go out.
He is out and still.
He's seeking a fourth straight title defense and to tap into the pantheon of greats. Come feeding time, the cannibal needs to eat. Answering the call is a bona fide finisher in his own right. A New Zealand brawler with nuclear hands. And a heaping head of steam to bring back the title to Auckland. It's a global affair as International Fight Week rolls on. The battle flags are waving, the war cries have gone up, and undisputed gold is on the line. It's the most sublime submission artist of all time against an undefeated superstar who has one of the longest win streaks in the UFC, turning the world's eyes towards Spain as he makes his leap towards history. Live from the sold-out T-Mobile Arena in Las Vegas, Nevada, it's UFC 317, Toporia versus Oliveira, and it starts right now.
Dateline Las Vegas. It has been another frantic, headline-filled International Fight Week, and it is nearly at its end, but not before the conclusion here at UFC 317. 2 title fights and the crowning of a new, undisputed UFC lightweight champion. Live from T-Mobile Arena here in Las Vegas, Nevada, USA. This is UFC 317, Toporia versus Oliveira. Brought to you by Wingstop. Bring the flavor.
I would love to go to one of these live one day.
Closed captioning for tonight's broadcast is brought to you by Jeremy's Razors, an official partner of UFC. Shave boldly, live
Probably
free.
better off
Also, if
watching
you
it
would like
on
to watch
TV,
UFC
though.
317 in Spanish, that option is available here on ESPN Plus as well. All right, with that, I'm John Anik. Thank you so much for being with us for UFC 317, Toporia versus Oliveira. And indeed, it is the divisional newcomer Toporia and not the former undisputed lightweight champion Oliveira who gets the red corner tonight. Much ado about nothing, perhaps, but perhaps it speaks to the undeniable momentum and appreciable hype surrounding the budding Spanish star and former featherweight legend slayer who tonight looks to etch into further greatness if he can become a two-time, two-division UFC champion. Joe Rogan, Daniel Cormier, how good is this? Toporia Oliveira, place is deafening.
The place is deafening. The fights have been amazing. The energy during International Fight Week is insane. The crowd's been here all night, pumped up, fired up. Great fight so far, and boy, do we have a card.
We have a great card, but when I see Teenage Wasteland, when I feel the energy, I realize how often I live my life to never lose this shot because of this energy and how great it is to sit here for these events. It is phenomenal in here tonight. It's been like that all week.
That place is
And when
packed.
Charles hits the curtain, these people are going crazy for the Bronx right now.
They were going crazy when his image came up on the big screen, and people were booing Toporia, which shows you how much they love Charles.
Yeah, might be the most beloved fighter in the game right now. All right, so let us get into this main event. These fight odds are brought to you by DraftKings Sportsbook. The crown is yours, and this has been a big storyline. Ilia Toporia, perhaps prohibitively, minus 425, the betting favorite tonight against Charles Du Bronx.
Which is kind of crazy when you think about the fact that he really only had one fight at lightweight in the UFC against Shai Herbert. Won that fight by knockout, but it shows you how good Ilia Toporia is at featherweight. When you're a man who's knocked out 2 of the greatest featherweights of all time, Max Holloway and Alexander Volkanovski, and has just been stellar in his entire run up into the title. He's so complete. He's so fantastic both in his striking and his grappling. And the big question is, can he carry that up to lightweight?
Yeah, that would be I'm Charles Du Bronx. Charles Du Bronx has shown time and time again that he is that dude. Not only has he won, he has gotten more and more impressive as he has gone on in his career.
Yeah.
He is an amazing grappler. He finishes people like no one else in the UFC. His ability to just walk you down, hurt him, when you hurt him, you can't even go to the ground to finish him because he's going to get you. You're going into a fly trap. The dude's amazing.
He's amazing.
A lot of mutual respect between these combatants, but Ilia Toporia with buckets of confidence, celebrating perhaps prematurely last night.
Which is kind of crazy, because the universe tends to punish that kind of hubris.
That's scary, man.
Unless you're that good.
He believes he's that good, though.
We'll find out in a couple hours. That's the tail to tape on the main event, co-main event for the Undisputed Flyweight Championship. Alexandre Pantoia making his fourth defense against Kai Kara-France. And for more on that, we call in Megan Oliveira. Brought to you by Total Wireless.
Well, thank you so much, Sean. About 9 years ago, Alexandre Pantoia and Kai Kara-France faced off on season 24 of The Ultimate Fighter, just a couple of miles from where we stand tonight. The Brazilian earned the hand raise and continued on with the competition, but the dream didn't stop there for the New Zealander. Tonight, we have the opportunity to see it all come full circle. This time, however, there's even more on the line. Now, I asked Kai Kara-France, what kind of fighter was he back then? He told me simply, I was just a boy. He said he didn't have the same purpose in life and for fighting, and he said perhaps most importantly, he didn't yet train at City Kickboxing. That gym and everyone in it has played a pivotal role in his success within the UFC. Normally, when fighters from TKB are on the card, there's a handful of them. But tonight, the spotlight is singularly on Kai Kara-France, and he said all of that individualized attention has made a world of difference. But when it comes to the champion, Alexandre Pantoia, well, he has proven why he continues to wear the flyweight crown. As he enters his fourth title defense, he does so with zero entitlement. In fact, he comes in with the mindset of a challenger. He told me yesterday he approaches every fight as if he just has one opportunity to make his dream come true. But guys, something to note when they step into the octagon for this co-main event tonight, Alexandre Pantoia has implemented a new strength and conditioning routine. He said he feels a massive difference. He believes we will also see that in his performance tonight.
All right, Megan, thank you very much. International Fight Week 2025. All comes down to this. Appreciate every last one of you being with us on pay-per-view tonight. Let's go! UFC 317, Toporia versus Oliveira is brought to you by Bud Light, the official beer sponsor of UFC. By DraftKings Sportsbook. Right now, new customers can bet $5 and get $150 in bonus bets instantly. Download the app now and use code UFC when you sign up. By New Amsterdam Vodka. 5 times.
Peyton, Talbot, Felipe, Lima coming up any minute, hopefully.
Now, a special look at Marvel Studios' The Fantastic Four.
Famous around the world.
More fucking commercials. Come on. Pay-per-view, when I was a kid, if you bought a pay-per-view, there weren't too many commercials, if any. If any. Nowadays, they load these fucking pay-per-views up with commercials. Come on, I want to see the fights. Let's get this fucking thing underway. That's why it goes till fucking 2 in the morning.
Friend. Well, all the UFC stars come out for International Fight Week. Among them, the UFC Hall of Famer, the legendary Mauricio Shogun Mura. Also with us, the wildly popular Diego Lopez, set to headline Noche UFC later this year. Also in the building, the former undisputed UFC flyweight champion, the ever-classy Alexa Grasso, and one of the best of all time at welterweight, the former champ, the Nigerian Nightmare, Kamaru Usman.
Chuck
the
Liddell.
Iceman Chuck Liddell with us as well.
You don't look like he started getting fired up yet.
But now, no easy fights nor nights in the bantamweight Shark Tank, so no huge surprise that two of the top up-and-comers will collide
Chuck
tonight.
Liddell was one of
As
my
Peyton
favorites.
Talbot and
He
Felipe
fucking
Jungle
dropped
Boy
me.
Lima match skill and will here in Las Vegas.
Talbot Lima.
The UFC's bantamweight division never
Frank
fails
Ocean
to
in the
deliver
house.
intriguing matchups and compelling action. And that is the case here and now
Happy
during
Pride Month,
International
Peyton.
Fight Week 2025. As Peyton Talbot and Felipe Lima, two prospects with world-class upside, collide here in Las Vegas.
I think this fight will be exciting tonight because we both have something to prove. We're both young and hungry, and I think we're both going to fight a very aggressive fight.
This fight tonight with Peyton is going to be fight of the night. We're going to bring everything we got inside of the cage for 15 minutes or less.
One of the most highly touted to hit the UFC in years. Peyton Talbot raced out to a 3-0 start in the octagon, finishing Nick Aguirre, Cameron Simon, and Giannis Gamori in succession. He also earned a couple of performance bonuses for his efforts. Tonight, following a hard-fought 3-rounder with Raoni Barcelos, Talbot returns to face the oncoming Felipe Lima.
I think I'm a problem for Lima because I am very dangerous on the feet, and he has to get the fight to a certain place in order to have success.
After losing his first pro bout in
This should be a good
2015,
fight.
Brazil's Lima hasn't lost since, reeling off 14
Unless
consecutive
Talbot
wins.
gets taken
Two
down.
of those over Muhammad Naimov
Lima's
and
pretty
Miles
good on the
Johns
ground.
came right here in the UFC, and with confidence on high, he shoots for 3 in a row against Talbot.
I'm from the jungle, and I'll introduce the jungle to Peyton. He haven't seen this. I'll show him tonight.
All right, let's do it. Come on. Finally.
Tonight's Fire Walkouts are brought to you by Total Wireless, the official wireless provider of UFC. In your
Here comes
corner with
Lima.
unlimited data that won't slow you down. Felipe Jungle Boy Lima, 27 years of age, trains under Andreas Michael, all-stars in Sweden. And Joe, of all the guys at 135 pounds right now, without a number next to their name, this guy could be the best of that unranked bunch.
Absolutely. What a great way to kick off this card because Peyton Talbot's sensational and so is this man, Felipe Lima. He is so complete. Trained with Hamzat Chimaev in Sweden. He's elite on the ground. He's elite standing up. He's got such a solid game. And at 27 years old, every time we see him inside the octagon, every time you see him compete, you see another exponential level of improvement in his game. He's just got that air about him like a man who could be a future challenger to Merab Dvalishvili.
Yeah, this kid just continues, like you said, Joe, to get better every time. And it's not like it's just barely noticeable.
Yes.
He beat Miles John. He looked like a much better fighter than he did in the fight before. His wrestling, his composure at such a young age. I believe for Peyton Talbot lost the decision to Raoni Barcelos. That was a very difficult fight. This guy seems to be the better fighter, even better than the guy he fought last time.
Yes.
This young man, Felipe Lima, was on the verge of fighting Jonathan Martinez, a ranked guy, a guy that was going to put him in the rankings. Tonight he gets an opportunity to fight a guy with a lot of hype. If he can get this done, though, he will be right on the verge
Big
of a
fight for
very,
both of
very
these
big
guys.
fight.
He actually sees more upside to the Peyton Talbot fight, perhaps not all that surprisingly, than the previous booking with Jonathan Martinez, because Talbot's got a lot of hype.
Talbot needs this fight.
Our fifth UFC appearance beckons for the Reno, Nevada native Peyton Talbot. And DC, I know you like the mindset and sort of the attitude emanating off of him in the fighter meeting, right? The chip on his shoulder is back. Seems like he put in even more work this time around, and he likes being in this role of underdog. We'll see how he does.
Yeah, he said he loves being an underdog. He said all that hype that surrounded him, at times you can kind of buy into it. And he said he wasn't taking care of the things that he needs to take care of. He said a lot of this camp, though, he worked the wrestling because if you saw his last fight and you fight Peyton Talbot, you know you have to just continue to spam takedowns. Try to make him defend takedowns.
Yep.
He said that he has seen that in his room. He said he travels, he goes into gyms, he has seen that also there. Because not only is that the thought inside the octagon, that's in the training room. Every gym he goes into, they recognize how dangerous he is on the feet, so they try to take him down. He feels like he's much better today. So after fighting all those takedowns, he thinks tonight a big win over Lima not only puts him right back where he was, but moves him way forward opposed to where he was going to be even if he won the last fight.
All right, tonight's fighter descriptions are brought to you by Jurassic World Rebirth in theaters July 2nd. Get tickets now.
Well, if he can beat Felipe Lima, it silences a lot of the criticism he got in the Raoni Barcelos fight. Because Raoni Barcelos dominated him on the ground. Didn't finish him, but dominated him on the ground and took him down at will. Peyton Talbot, though, is a knockout artist. His timing is exquisite. His one-shot KO power is absolutely real. And he comes into this fight, again, with a huge chip on his shoulder. He can silence all the doubters tonight if he can get past this insanely talented Felipe Lima.
And both of these individuals know acutely just how much talent is on the other side. Can't wait for the pay-per-view opener tonight. Tail to tape presented by Beach
Talbot's a little bit taller.
Awards for sustainable choices. Talbot, the plus 140 underdog, coming in off his first pro loss. He's 26. Felipe Lima, 27. Talbot taller by 4 inches. Less pronounced in reach, where Talbot has an advantage of 2.5 inches. All right, now for the introductions. Here,
Talbot does have a reach advantage.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are live from the T-Mobile Arena in Las Vegas for UFC 317. Toporia versus Oliveira. Presented by Ringstop. Bring the flavor. And now, this fight is 3 rounds in the UFC bantamweight division. Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner, a freestyle fighter, only professional record, 14 wins, 1 loss. He stands 5 feet 6 inches tall, weighing in at 135 and 1/2 pounds. Fighting out of Stockholm, Sweden, by way of Corey, Amazonas, Brazil, Felipe Jungle Boy Lima. And now, introducing his opponent, fighting out of the red corner, a mixed martial artist, only professional record, 9 wins, 1 loss. He stands 5 feet 10 inches tall, weighing in at 136 pounds. Fighting out of Reno, Nevada, Peyton Talbot. And the action begins. A referee in charge,
Chris Tognoni, our referee for the main card opener. The great Red De La Cruz with us, as is always the case on pay-per-view. Jungle Boys in the building. Peyton Talbot's here. Grateful to have you all with us for UFC 317. The fight clock is brought to you by Timex. The Timex on your wrist is a reminder that time belongs to you. Get yours today at Timex.com.
Talbot versus Lima.
Talbot is in black. Lima in yellow.
Now, Lima's very good, consistent.
Ooh, Lima just missed a big right in the
out
left.
there. Talbot can finish it. That's one of the biggest things in regards to this fight. As long as Talbot can stay upright, he has an opportunity to end the night.
Ooh, left-handed and knee by Lima early.
Talbot has serious knockout power and great timing too. Just great athleticism. Knows how to put himself in the right positions. But I think when it comes to just the overall, the spectrum of
Lima caught him again.
Lima has an advantage.
And it has not taken Lima long to find the range, DC.
Yeah, Lima's touching him up right now.
Talbot talks a lot about fighter meeting about strength and conditioning, sort of making his body healthier for the weight class. He looks to have added some muscle mass.
Talbot landed the left.
He fights with the confidence of a knockout artist. Like as he moves in, he's not
Lima
worried about getting hit. He's worried about hitting you.
Didn't
Beautiful
land.
low kick by Talbot.
They're in the
You learn
clinch.
so much about a fighter when he bounces back from a big loss.
Nice knee by
He didn't
Lima.
take a lot of damage in that loss, but he got kind of humbled.
Yeah. Well, a new credit card has entered the Octagon. The Crypto.com Visa signature credit card is punching above its weight in the world of crypto. Learn more at Crypto.com/cards.
I think one thing very telling about
Lima's up against the cage.
he was on the pay-per-view in Los Angeles that week, and he's back on the pay-per-view. That speaks to the interest that he garners from not only the fans, but the people that match these cards and make the events, that he gets an opportunity to be back here.
He got clinched, he avoided the takedown, and now they're up on the feet again.
Nice spinning back kick. Takedown, Lima.
Yep, you gotta get up.
He got up. Look at this.
Nice balance by Talbot.
Yeah, and Lima's trying hard.
He took him down again.
Beautiful roll. Nice roll.
That was a beautiful gravy roll there by Talbot. Talbot's got to chase the hip with his right hand. Yep, that's good by Talbot. Keep reaching across the hip.
Talbot's going to get his back.
On the ground. That's how you stop
Lima
that.
could be in trouble, but he's got an arm.
Shot by Talbot there.
Tremendous improvement right there. Look at that. Now he's
Lima got to get up.
Felipe Lima's in trouble here.
And how discouraging is that for Lima?
Right.
Because you have the idea that you're going to be able to take him down and control him
Me
there.
too, buddy.
And when you're a kid
Watching
like Talbot,
UFC.
that's so talented and so intelligent, you learn quickly.
Peyton
and
Talbot
you
did-
learn,
Talbot
especially from a humbling experience.
Much better
like
on the
that.
ground early.
Look out for his
Oh, he
leg.
just gave up a
Good job right there. Getting
almost
out
gave up a leg lock.
by Talbot, and he finds himself on top. Nasty ground and pound by Talbot.
Wow.
Some excellent elbows landed by Peyton Talbot.
And not only does that
Good job
show
by
he
Lima
can
to get
defend,
up.
that takes something out of Felipe Lima.
Yes.
Because he may not have expected to be on the bottom much in this fight.
Right, and then seeing that Howdy Barcel's fight, he anticipated that fighter. But seeing he's a better fighter now.
Furious pace through 3.5 minutes. Little shoulder strike from Talbot in the clinch.
If you're Talbot though, are you breaking this space?
Oh, nice
It's a
sweep.
mistake there, right? Trying to get a takedown.
Yeah, he looked
Now
for that
Lima's on
takedown
top.
there and got tripped up with his left leg.
With a minute left in the round, right? A round that he had taken control of. Now he's on his back. If he finishes the round here, he could lose this round. And that's based on a mistake made by Peyton Talbot.
Well, let's see if he can get back up to his feet. That'll show us a lot if he can get back up to his feet from being flattened out on his back.
Ooh, big elbow,
One thing you
Lima.
did see, though, he kind of accepted the takedown. Right? He went straight to his back instead of immediately treating that ground like it's hot lava, exploding. He's moving. He's
Trying
moving.
to
He's
get up.
elevating with the butterflies.
Oh, he just gave up his back.
On this position, earlier in the fight, he gave up his back, got to his feet. They hit a nice gravity roll.
He's up
Back
again.
up.
Nicely
Lima
done
couldn't
by
take
Peyton
advantage of
Talbot.
it.
He's showing great improvement.
Yes, he
in
is.
grappling. Great improvement. Look at that.
Ooh, big elbow. Talbot clenched up against the fence. 10 seconds left.
Lima corner wants him to
Round
maintain the
one.
position down the stretch of the round.
Close round.
And Talbot looks pretty strong in those clinches. Lima's going to have to make a few little adjustments
Good first round.
if he wants this fight to play out the way that he expected to.
All right, tonight's corner cam is powered by Prime Hydration. Hydrate with Prime Collector Series. Collect trophies.
one.
Complete your collection on drinkprime.com for a chance to win $1 million US. Now available at Walmart.
Don't stress you. Okay, breathe. Breathe.
Talbot looks better on the ground
Don't let
this
him
fight.
stress you. Don't let him
Much
stress
better.
you, okay? Don't let him stress you with the striking. He's looking only for the big shots. So you gotta be first all the time, all right? Bravo, breathe. 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 Be smart, win the rounds. Be smart, win the rounds. Be strong. Yeah.
Right here, you see a nice combo by Lima. Beautiful jab, right hand down the middle. He was touching Talbot up early. He gets here, starts to take him down. Talbot follows it, hits the Granby. Then he did a really good job of chasing his left hip, eventually getting the top position. Some good ground and pound. But then Talbot gave up the position to end the round. What a good round. Close.
Very close.
All right, round two is brought to you by Monaco, the official canned cocktail of UFC. 2 shots in every can. Now, for those of you who watched our prelims earlier, you saw a devastating knockout. Gregory Rodriguez to Jack Hermanson. Megan, you got an update for us on Jack?
Yes, quickly. According to the UFC medical team, he is stable. They are monitoring him backstage. They'll check on him in another 15 minutes or so. I'll give you guys updates as we get them from the UFC.
Jack Hermanson got rocked.
Peyton Talbot and Felipe Lima, round two.
Body's
Both had some
okay.
moments in round one.
I like the footwork of Felipe Lima. A lot of angles, a lot of movement.
Coach, sorry, Joe. Just want to bring in Dean Thomas if I could. Dino, go ahead.
Big shot.
Combination by Lima. And Lima's doing great on his feet, so I think it's important to recognize what the coach said to Lima in the corner. He said, don't let him stress you on the feet. And I think what that
Good
means is
sprawl
that
by
he
Talbot.
doesn't as good as he's doing on his feet. That's why he's taking these shots. But if he
nice takedown, right back up.
He's doing really well, Dean.
Talbot's doing well.
And honestly, Coach,
He's on top.
wow. Just keep winning rounds. But like Dean said, why is he forcing wrestling right now? He doesn't really need to. He's the one landing the big shots on the feet.
But when you deal with a knockout artist like Peyton Talbot, there's this fear of getting caught. And I think that's in Felipe Lima's head.
Good short elbow by Talbot a moment ago.
Talbot's takedown defense looks better.
Oh, that's a big right.
Way better.
That was a beautiful sprawl when Lima shot that double leg.
Not just his takedown defense, but his overall grappling has radically
Talbot lets him stand up.
Yes. Even in the scrambles. But Lima's doing really good on the feet.
Jurassic World Rebirth in theaters July 2nd. Get tickets now.
John, I'm in there night one.
Spinning back fist. Lima.
Absolutely there for Jurassic World.
Talbot threw a few bombs and missed.
Good jab by Talbot.
Some calf kicks. Talbot. Talbot coming
Talbot's
forward.
under pressure too. Lima's got to get a little respect. Make this guy start backing up.
Oh, good shot.
Like that, yep. Beautiful job by Lima.
Takedown attempt.
Oh,
wow. Talbot took him down.
this improvement in the grappling.
Stuffed the takedown and ended up on top.
It was Lima just forcing that.
Wasn't it January?
Yes.
The fight was in January.
Yes.
Literally been 5 months, and he has made that level of improvement. And not only, like you said,
Talbot
not only
looks
the
good
takedown
tonight.
defense, it's his overall grappling where he's gotten better because he has gotten taken
Much
down
better on the ground.
by Lima and found his way back to his
So
feet
far.
multiple times.
Well, Barcelos, right, has already stacked another win. So Paoni has really had a nice UFC career, but Talbot has just, in front of this one, had a totally different training camp. And
Talbot almost has him mounted. 2 minutes to go.
Nice ground and pound from the top by Peyton. He's letting him up.
Lets him up again.
I'd like to see Lima just get comfortable and say, okay, we'll strike. Because right now, Talbot won't be as dangerous because it's already been almost 9 minutes in the fight.
Yeah, but he doesn't look like he's slowing down at all.
No, he isn't. But Lima also is landing.
Ooh, nice block.
Good defense right there by Peyton. Stepped into that and blocked
Ooh,
at the
spinning
same
back
time.
kick.
Flashy, crafty kick from Talbot.
Both guys throwing nasty
Under 90
spinning
seconds
attacks.
to go, round 2.
Another spinning back kick. Talbot to the gut.
Let us check in on the Talbot corner. Coaches camp brought to you by Corner.
Peyton, don't play with him. Hands going. 1-2 down the pipe. Hands going. 1-2 down the pipe. Combos, get up. 1 minute left. 1 minute left. Come on, play, make the play.
Oh, nice right hand there by Talbot.
Watch your fingers.
Clinch against the fence.
Rick Collip there, the head coach, Reno Academy of Combat, alongside St. John Smith.
Lima going for a takedown.
Oh, nice
Got him.
takedown there by Lima.
Going for his back.
Peyton did a great job of getting that left leg in play and avoiding that second hook. Excuse me, that
Oh,
first
he
hook.
got too high.
He's gonna shake him off the top.
He got too high.
Yeah, he made a mistake of not having any hooks and attacking.
Oh boy, he's got him in a DOS. He fell right into a DOS.
It's frustrating for a wrestler, an
Peyton didn't
offensive
go for it.
grappler, who starts getting the takedowns defended. And the guy just isn't playing the game that you expected him to play.
Well, he made a mistake in continuing to try to hunt the back while he didn't have the hook.
End of round 2.
Oh, beautiful job by Peyton. Big round for Peyton Talbot.
Peyton Talbot might be up 2-0. He's made some improvement.
Okay, breathe. 1-1. Felipe.
Don't stress your takedowns, okay? Don't stress your takedowns. Be confident in your striking.
Lima looks rattled.
Be confident in your striking. Be confident in your striking. You started off and you rocked him in the beginning. Be confident in your striking.
Round one, buddy. Anything to grab. Okay. You have to win this round, though. You have to win this round.
Let's finish strong.
No chances.
One more, my friend.
No decision. No decision. Combos.
Hey, he's on the ground.
He's gonna try to take you down, buddy.
Peyton, this is what you want.
One more.
One more.
Round 3, close fight. Could be 2-0, could be 1-1.
UFC's most iconic stars collide in New Orleans next month at UFC 318. Dustin Poirier competing for the final time, and he can expect the heroes welcome in the French Quarter.
Good first fight of the main card.
Longtime rival Max Holloway for the BMF title. Also special offer: if you buy UFC 318 before July 14th, $10 off the normal price. Go to ESPNplus.com/UFC 318 to order.
Very interesting in the corner with Felipe Lima. They were telling him, be confident in your stand-up, and he was saying something about Peyton Talbot's power.
Right, which he just felt yet again.
Yeah, I mean, the power is extraordinary. But he's obviously very wary of it.
61% of the betting handle at DraftKings Sportsbook came in on the underdog Peyton Talbot. He closed plus
Talbot
140.
landed some kicks.
And now the corner of Talbot wants him to go
Lima
try to
as
finish
well.
him. They think they won the first 2 rounds, and they're still telling him no judges.
Nice knee, Lima.
Short knee by Lima.
Ooh.
Blocked it though. Good head movement by Peyton.
Ooh,
Caught that one on
Lima.
the chin. Nice job by Felipe Lima with that right hand.
So after a second round where he largely forced the wrestling, Lima choosing to strike here and realizing success.
Very successful early for Felipe Lima.
Talbot's blocked a couple of them.
Peyton's vision is so good. He sees things coming so well.
It's a great point.
It's him walking down Felipe also. And he's gaining confidence.
Yeah, watching his eyes.
Single leg.
Tonight's social media posts are brought to you by
Lima
Threads for
on a
conversations
single.
happening inside and outside the octagon. Take it to Threads.
Still working it up against
Every
the
one of these
fence.
takedowns defended, though, is frustrating for Lima. Look at that.
Good job by Talbot.
If he puts him down,
Double leg.
Get up right away. Talbot's trying to switch. Lima's collecting the legs. This is good for Lima here.
This could be
He's got that
bad for
bigger part of
Talbot.
legs.
He's up against the fence almost
Talbot
too.
won't switch this position, though. If you switch, you got to get your hips clear of his body. Talbot is better served pushing at the shoulders to try to clear his knees.
Great job by Felipe Lima completing the takedown.
He's going for his back again.
Talbot is, he's
Talbot's
back
turtled
to his
up.
feet.
What up, Chosen?
Takedown secured on 13 attempts tonight by Lima.
Back up to the feet. Talbot.
Seems like the stronger fighter.
Yeah, I would agree.
And Lima's almost desperately chasing takedowns.
I think he feels that power.
Yeah. And he actually was
Back
doing
to the
pretty good on
feet.
the feet to start this round again.
I think he feels it when he gets hit.
The problem is when he misses,
2.5 to go.
keeps him.
Yeah.
So then Peyton starts to pressure him and go forward. But right now, Lima's winning this round. Talbot needs to make something happen.
Talbot could be up 2-0, could be 1-1, you never know.
Nice job by Talbot.
Good sequence for Talbot, under 2 minutes now to decide it.
And this control of the octagon is great for Peyton Talbot.
Lima just missed the
It's a
huge
great visual to
overhand
have
right.
the opponent backing up the entirety of the fight.
Jab from Talbot.
Ooh, spinning back kick. Grazed him. Nice by Talbot.
Wrap that heel right around the
Heel
ear
kick.
of Lima.
Oh, Lima threw a head kick himself. Minute 20 left. Talbot going for his back. Hammer fist. Now he's on top.
And the top control that Lima had earlier in the round. It's a race. As Talbot gets top control.
Talbot throwing elbows from the top.
He's going to mount him. Look at this. He's got the mount.
He mounted him to in-round
job by Lima.
If you can get a hold of one of these legs in this position.
Talbot needs to start reaching back to the hip again.
Good job.
Great job by Talbot.
Talbot's too tall for Lima.
Talbot's having fun.
Yeah,
in the 69 position.
Fighting a guy that's supposed to be
Talbot's having fun.
He's a much better fighter.
Well, he's living up to the hype, DC.
Yes, he is.
Oh, big shot.
He's having a good time now. He's smiling.
Talbot's raining down shots from the top.
Hand for Talbot. That one hurt Lima.
Lima might be hurt.
He's smiling while he's delivering these shots. He's talking to him.
Peyton Talbot look phenomenal in that.
Crazy down the stretch for Reno's Peyton Talbot.
Wow, where was that last fight?
Yeah, amazing. Short time. It's unbelievable. Look, that's why this kid's so hyped. And he lived up to that hype tonight. I think it was 2-1 Talbot.
Yeah, me too, at least.
What a response by Peyton Talbot after the setback against Barcelos earlier this year.
Yeah.
Tonight's fight replays are brought to you by Monaco, the
much
official
better
canned
tonight.
cocktail of the UFC. 2 shots in every can.
It's Lima early. The takedown's working. Talbot Gramby's through this position. Does a great job of following that far hip. Get to the top position, starts to land. Ground and pound. Nice combination here by Lima. Bang. Right hand down the middle. Another takedown by Lima. What's very important to note, though, when he got those takedowns, he was getting back up. Spinning heel kick for Peyton Talbot. Lands in round number 3 against Lima. I mean, what a performance tonight by Peyton Talbot. That was a great fight.
I gotta think,
talented young guy.
and I gotta think, when you sort of felt the energy coming off of him in that fight, you felt like he was capable of this type of performance, right?
Also felt like he had done the work necessary.
Yeah.
Right? Like, yes, he's capable of this. John, I just don't know if he could have imagined he would have fought this well. Because this was a tougher opponent.
Yeah, Lima's good.
All right, we'll see the extent to which the judges agree with the broadcast booth with the official decision. Here's Bruce Buffer.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 3 rounds, we go to the judges' scorecards for a decision. All 3 judges scored this contest 29-28 for the winner by unanimous decision, Peyton Talbot.
Congratulations, sir. I'm here with the winner, Peyton Talbot. Welcome back to the winner's column. And how sweet does this one feel? Because you won this fight with
Big win for Peyton
massive
Talbot.
improvement in the one department where you were lacking in your last fight, in the grappling exchanges.
Feels much better. I don't know if I considered myself as much of a fighter, but now that I've come back from a loss, I feel like I've gotten the full scope of things. So I've just been working it, and I'm happy that I got the W.
Well, you can see the work, but you can also see that you made adjustments in the middle of the fight. You dominated a lot of these grappling exchanges where a lot of people thought that he would have an advantage.
Yeah, that's the thing. I mean, I learned while I'm fighting. I had my first fight at 19. I'm 26, so I'm still learning every time I get in the cage. It's only going to keep improving.
Well, you lived up to the hype, and you looked like you were having a good time. In the end, you were laughing and smiling.
That's what it's about, man. Even last time I had a good time. It's all about having fun in here.
Well, you're one of the most hyped up and one of the most exciting fighters in this division. You showed why tonight.
Yeah, the hype train
Congratulations.
goes on.
I really enjoyed that performance.
Big win.
Appreciate you guys. Much love to everyone. Keep it going.
Peyton, this sets you up, though, in an excellent position. Who would you like to fight next? Do you have any idea? Do you have any fighters on mind?
I've been asking for Adrian Yanez for a minute. Once you're not hurt or whatever's going on, let's run it.
That would be a great one. Congratulations, sir. Enjoy this victory. Peyton Talbot, ladies and gentlemen.
Peyton Talbot is back in a big way. Pretty good call out there, Adrian Yanez, but Talbot improving to 10-1, and if you did have Peyton Talbot to win by decision, plus 360. Wow. It was plus 140 on the money line, plus 360 if you had him on that decision proposition. A lot of star power at UFC 317. Our stage manager, Niner, is all fired up. Jameer Gibbs, the Detroit Lion, is with us, also with us. Number 98 Max Crosby of your Las Vegas Raiders. Also with us, the great quarterback from the Arizona Cardinals, Kyler Murray. Big-time UFC fan. The Hammer! Get out your hammer emojis for Mark Coleman, the UFC Hall of Famer. The newly minted UFC Hall of Famer, the Smashing Machine, Mark Kerr. And the...
Sponsored by Bet365. TNT Sport.
I didn't bet any money, Jet. I didn't bet any money tonight. I know Mark said he put money on Oliveira. That's not till later. That's the last fight of the night. Big win for Peyton Talbot. Looks like he's been wrestling. That was a much better performance than last. Good fight. Beneil Darush, Renato Moicano up next. Brandon Royval versus Joshua Van. Andre Pantoia versus Kai Kara France. And Ilya Toporia versus Charles Oliveira. That's the rest of the night's fights. So Talbot wins by unanimous decision. This card, I think this is a good card. I think it's going to be a good night of fights. So far, it hasn't been. I only watched half of the prelims. I didn't watch any early prelims, but there were two nasty knockouts earlier in the night. Jack Hermanson got obliterated. They said he's okay. They're keeping an eye on him, but he's under like medical supervision right now in the arena. He got rocked by Gregory Rodriguez, and the fight previous to that, Haidider got smoked by Jose Miguel Delgado. Both vicious knockouts, both of those fights. So Darush Moicano up next. Hopefully they don't drag this shit on forever. It's my one of my only complaints about UFC. They drag it on. Drag it on so late. If you live on the East Coast like me, it's a long night. It's my only complaint.
With the Marine Corps' 250th birthday this year, we eagerly salute all service members who tirelessly defend our freedom so we can all share moments like this. All brought to you by Monster Energy. Unleash the beast.
They should.
All right, 4 fights to go. These lightweight rankings are presented by V-Chains V-Better. Earn rewards for sustainable choices. Beneil Dariush entrenched in the top 9. Renato Moicano on his heels at number 11.
These guys
will crown a new champion by night's end. It's not the first time these two fighters have shown up in each other's bracket, but tonight it shall be done. Well, the opportunity of a lifetime for Renato Moicano from his January bout with Beneil Dariush. Tonight, though, these two lightweight veterans will finally get to throw down. Only one will remain.
They're so lucky, like that's a nice night.
Beneil Dariush and Renato Moicano are true fighters,
11 o'clock.
armed with skill,
Still
the ability to finish the fight wherever it goes, and the grit that separates contenders from the rest of the pack. Tonight, their long-awaited clash finally takes place.
I think I have an advantage in this fight everywhere. I'm stronger than him. I'm a better grappler, better striker. All around, I'm better.
I'm gonna bring the heat. I'm gonna bring the jiu-jitsu. I'm gonna bring the pressure, you know? I will be relentless on the fight, and I will finish Beneil Dariush.
It's been a wait for Beneil Dariush to get back into active competition, but after a full training camp for Moicano prior to their fight getting scrapped, the California standout remains sharp and beyond ready to make the Brazilian pay tonight, en route to that eventual elusive shot at the world title.
Moicano tonight will be facing a lot of disappointment because once I get my hands on him, the fight's over.
A 4-fight winning streak highlighted by finishes of Brad Riddell, Jalen Turner, and Benoit Saint-Denis injected new life into the career of Renato Moicano. And he'll be bringing that same energy to the big show tonight. This fight with Beneil Dariush that he hopes will put him right back in the loaded lightweight mix.
Beneil Dariush can expect a very hungry, motivated, and a man that cannot afford to lose. And you know, when somebody cannot afford to lose, they will give everything on the octagon.
Do it. No more commercials. Come on. Here comes Moicano. Brazilian.
Representing Brasilia, Brazil American top team in his new gym, Kingdom MMA. Here is the 18-time UFC veteran, Renato Moicano. 12 UFC wins, 7-3 at 155 pounds. And Megan Wright, show money, win money. He cannot afford to leave here with one paycheck, and that fact is not lost upon him.
No, absolutely. This is a guy who is very motivated by the term prize fighter. When we spoke to him earlier this week, he said he learned a lot from that last outing. He said he learned not to rush things and to be patient and intelligent with his choices. And of course, as you know, we heard in the lead up to this walk, this was originally scheduled for earlier this year against Beneil Dariush. He told me that this training camp was actually better than the last one for Beneil. He felt like he had a head start on his homework. He also felt like nutrition-wise, things were dialed in, made the weight cut easier. He's very motivated here. Guys, they're only 15 days apart. He said there's only room for one old man, but at 36 years old, if they're old, what does that make us?
Yeah, absolutely. Look, Renato Moicano is fun. He can fight. I thought in the Benoit Saint-Denis fight, he looked amazing. The ground and pound, the damage you put on him was tremendous. I asked him the other day, though, can you do that to Beneil Dariush? He said, I believe it'll be harder to control. BSD used power to get up. He said he believes that Beneil will use more skill and technique, and that will be harder for him to control. But he says he likes that Beneil has a great left punch, but he does believe he can take him down and control.
All right, these insights are brought to you by UFC Insights Engine.
I wonder how much
Watson X.
Darush has in the tape.
Undefeated 7-0 when he is able to get even just one singular minute
He's looked a
round
little bit
control
old lately.
5-6 when he achieves less than that. So of course this number potentially bears watching in a matchup with someone like Darush. So Renato Moicano trying to re-emerge and re-establish his lightweight contender. We now await Beneil Dariush. Spirit. Here's Beneil Dariush making the walk for his 24th UFC appearance. And Joe, he's not that far removed from that shiny 8-fight winning streak. He was on the cusp of a championship opportunity. He was humbled there by Charles Oliveira. Then he fought Armand Saroukian, and circumstances have resulted in this extended layoff that he ends here tonight.
Well, who can forget that Jakar close fight? You ever want to count out Beneil Dariush?
Yeah.
Remember that Jakar close fight, because he was on his way out, and one of the greatest comebacks I think we've ever seen inside the octagon, and one of the wildest reactions by us. It's like just like 100 memes of us. Like, Beneil Dariush is a warrior. I mean, he's got an elite Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu black belt, very, very good on the ground. He's got knockout power in the feet. He's just very, very intelligent, very game man, and still believes that he has what it takes to compete with the very best in the world. And physically, he looks great tonight.
He does.
He looks in phenomenal shape. Don't let the gray hair fool you.
That's the truth. I can speak to that. Tonight's fighter descriptions brought to you by Jurassic World Rebirth in theaters July 2nd.
That's one of my dad's saying.
You know, guys, I asked Beneil, I said, hey, when you got to fight a guy that you prepared for before, like, how much do you peel back? How much do you change? He said, the approach just remained the same for me. He goes, I've just got to be much sharper. He said, it does get tedious. He goes, I've watched hours and hours on this person. But he goes, I'm not worried about kicking and him catching him and putting me down. He goes, if he wants to grapple, come on. I'm just going to go and grab him in force grappling. He feels like he can compete with Renato Moicano in every single position in mixed martial arts. This guy has knockout power.
I don't think this is going to go 3 rounds.
Ability. He really can do it all.
Unless both guys' defense is that good.
From Benny Dariush, the fight odds are brought to you by DraftKings Sportsbook. The crown is yours.
It's going to be a lot of jiu-jitsu, I think.
Betting favorite here near closing time. Beneil Dariush comes back at plus 135.
Darush, the underdog.
All right, with that backdrop, tail of the tape presented by V-Chains, Be Better, earn rewards for sustainable choices. Benny Dariush was born in May of 1989, as listen out to Moicano. 1 inch the gap in height. No issues on the scale for either man.
Guys are like dead even in weight,
and
height.
2 inches. All right, now for the intros. The one, the only Blue Buck.
Ladies and gentlemen, this fight is 3 rounds in the UFC lightweight division. Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner, a mixed martial artist holding professional record, 20 wins, 6 losses, 1 draw. He stands 5 feet 11 inches tall, weighing in at 156 pounds, fighting out of Brasilia, Brazil, the introducing his opponent, fighting out of the red corner, a mixed martial artist holding professional record, 22 wins, 6 losses, 1 draw. He stands 5 feet 10 inches tall, weighing in at 156 pounds, fighting out of Yorba Linda, California, Moano, Iran, presenting the number 9 ranked UFC lightweight contender in the world, in charge, Mark Smith.
You know, Lidio Darush has talked a lot in the past about this mid-fight discipline, and at times it flies in the face of who he really is, a guy who just loves an ugly fight and loves to get into it, so that bears watching against a guy who can be a little bit of a wild man at times, and Hanato.
Here we go. Moicano Darush.
On the center of the octagon and yellow.
Head kick, Darush, block.
Kicks and the punches of Darush.
Both guys judging distance. Darush tried a body kick, missed.
Moicano acknowledged Darush's power, said he's a bit of an odd striker though.
Moicano landed a little jab, calf kick, Darush. Oh, good job. Nice head movement.
Power early, trying to work his way inside.
By Darush.
From Moicano.
Especially that left hand of Darush. He was very respectful of the power that Benil possesses in that left hand. Moicano's very tall and rangy for the weight class. So this guy can strike at range with anyone.
Oh, nice calf kick. By Darush.
UFC 317 brought to you by Oakley Meta. Performance AI glasses are here. Crazy to think about Moicano flying straight as a featherweight for so years.
He's big.
Oh, he just ate one.
Nice right hand by Moicano. I like how he pulls the distance there. Utilizing that reach advantage.
John, you said Moicano has a new gym. He opened his own gym now?
Yes, Kingdom MMA.
Nice. But still trains at American Top Team.
Yep, just a small school, really trying to get back to the community.
Ooh, nice calf kick,
Nice inside low kick by Benil right there. Heavy.
That was nasty. Trying to beat up Moicano's front leg. So far, he's doing well. Oh, both guys clip each other.
The heavy strikes from Benil all come from that left side.
And he's really mixing up his
toe. Oh, calf kick. Kick down Moicano.
Benil's kicks look good tonight.
Very good.
Kicking the shit out of Moicano.
He probably needed that break, though.
Yes.
Right? Like, when you go through what he went through with Armand, and then the Charles Oliveira fight, sometimes you need to step away a little bit if you have time.
Another calf kick.
It's good.
Darush.
It's good to recover.
Fell down himself, throwing it.
Sarukian took him out in the first round.
It was bad. Yeah, it was bad.
Some swelling around the left eye of Darush, although he has been largely the more effective striker here early.
Oh, there's that right hand again.
Nice counter.
Moicano. Right hand.
And the knee.
And now they clinch up. Darush feels like he has an advantage in the grappling. Very good textbook grappler.
They're in the clinch up against the fence. Moicano lets him go. 2 minutes to go in round 1.
Just over 2 minutes to go in round 1 of a possible 3. The belt in this division will be on the line later tonight. Toporia and Charles Oliveira.
Nice body kick.
Good kick to the body by Darush. He's attacked low, high, and mid tonight.
Moicano checked that last kick.
Yeah, he checked it with the opposite shin.
Oh, Moicano just missed the big one.
Left hook by Moicano, but Beneil took a lot of the steam out of that by moving.
Moicano, if he wants to get the Darush, needs to feint. Because every time he goes to enter, Darush throws a big left
Oh,
hook.
body kick, Darush.
Darush really doing good work to that body of Moicano.
Darush looks good tonight.
He
does. Well, he never stopped working those 2 years off.
Oh, big right hand, Moicano.
Both fighters landed. Again, that inside low kick from Beneil's excellent.
Dean Thomas, what are you seeing?
What I see here is I think the respect that Moicano.
Oh, Moicano just hit him with a right and dropped him. 40 seconds left.
Huge knockdown late in the round.
Oh, he took his back.
Moicano switched up the speed and the pace of that right hand.
Nice job by Darush. Moicano still on his back.
A big shot by Moicano.
Nice scramble. Both guys. Moicano's locked in.
Anywhere near your back.
Big left hand.
Very good shots in that exchange.
Darush back to his feet. 15 seconds to go in round one.
Now a knee from Moicano and a straight right.
Wow, that changed the round. Wow.
Beneil recovered and
Beneil was winning, I think, until he got caught with that shot.
But Darush is so tough, man. And durable. Because he was hurt bad.
Tonight's Corner is powered by Prime Hydration. Hydrate with Prime Collector Series. Collect trophies. Complete your collection on drinkprime.com for a chance to win $1 million US.
He's lucky there was only 15 seconds left in the round.
Okay? We got to move your feet all the way until the end. Don't stay in one. Don't get complacent here. Okay? Your kicks all day.
See some big shots
The angle
tonight.
to the right, Benny's working for you too. Okay? Let's do it more. Stay away in the move, Benny. Once you move forward, do hook or jump. Hook was out.
Here's the knockdown.
Ooh, straight right.
Right on the chin.
Right on
by
Darush's
Hermanson
chin.
Moicano. One more look.
Then he got clipped again.
Round two is upon us. It is brought to you by Monaco, the official canned cocktail of UFC. 2 shots in every can.
I got second round fight.
Absolutely critical fight for these two men in terms of their career trajectory at lightweight.
Oh, big left hook by Beneil.
Yeah.
Is anything you know about Beneil is when his back
Oh,
is against
wow.
the wall. That's
Good job by Beneil.
He came on aggressive.
Stuffed the takedown. Now he's on top.
Made Moicano try to wrestle.
Now he's got his back.
Now Beneil's got his back.
Back to the feet.
Fascinating to watch these high-level grapplers match skills.
Darush got him halfway down.
Beneil's got to be very careful not to slip over the top.
Yeah. It's not a great position. He had better
Tonight's
position.
social
He gave
media
it up.
posts are brought to you by Threads for conversations happening inside and outside the
Good
octagon.
job by
Take it to
Moicano.
Threads.
Great defense by Moicano, but Beneil keeps following him.
Oh, he's got his back. He's got a triangle almost standing.
Nice job by Beneil Darush. Way to flow.
Moicano snaps it up. His legs off him. Darush trying for a single.
He's got to try to move him off the octagon side. Make him balance.
Got him down to both knees.
Yeah.
Takes his back again.
Just attack and counter, attack and counter.
Moicano back to one knee. 3:27 to go in round two.
High-speed exchange is very grueling, too.
Moicano defending.
What are you booing for? These guys are grappling. Their asses off.
Bush alongside as well.
This is very tiring for both fighters, but the bottom guy carrying all that weight. Every time you think you're out, it puts you right back down. It's not only
Clinch up against the fence. Good job by Moicano.
Nice knee up the
Getting
middle
back
there by
up.
Beneil on the break.
Darush with a good stop to this round. Just like last
A lot
time.
of energy being expended
Single
here
leg.
in the clinch.
Drop him. Nice takedown.
Beautiful takedown.
Now let's see if
Darush.
Moicano accepts being on his back.
Seems like he has.
That's the difference. That's how you know the fatigue is setting in.
Yes,
But he
clearly.
goes from getting up over and over to going, okay, I'm going to sit here for a minute, try to catch my breath.
Yeah, and he just did that. And Beneil's got to punish him for that.
He made 4 good attempts at getting back to his feet. And now he's kind of accepted laying flat on his back. And for the fighters that are watching this, when you make that choice, it literally only
Darush
gets worse.
trying to get him to mount. He's back in the
Well,
guard.
he was probably fatiguing in the middle of all those exchanges, and he just got, oh, God, he got me.
Oh, he's in his guard again. Darush looks good.
You know, but we have a little bit less than 2 to go. He's got to do something to get back up to his
Other
feet.
than taking that one, them 2 big
Talk about a
punches
good bounce back round for Big
in
E,
round
right?
1.
This dude's hurt bad to
He's
end
winning
round
this
1,
fight.
walks back to his corner in a round that, for the most part, he was fighting pretty well with all the kicks. Ends the round hurt, and now he comes back and just starts to really grind down Renato Moicano.
90 seconds going round 2. The number 9 and 11th ranked.
Moicano looks gassed.
Competing here. Not
He started to look tired before he was taken down.
challenge. Charles Oliveira for the vacant lightweight championship.
I
Couple
don't know
more
if he's trying to
fights
save some energy or
now
what.
and then, but Toporia
But there's only
there,
one
getting
round
taped
left.
up in the back before his shot.
Renato looks
only a 3-round fight.
defensive here to me. It feels like he's just going to ride this out, accept this position.
Try not to take no damage.
Yep. And
Almost
then
4
try
minutes
to
of
turn it
control
on
time
in the
for
third
Darush.
round. So it's 1-1. He's going to accept the fact that
In
it's
round
1-1.
2.
Here's the problem, though. In the third round, if he tries to wrestle, Beneil is showing that in those exchanges, he's the one that's been getting the best of it.
Yes. And he said that leading up to the fight. He felt like he was the better fighter when it comes to grappling.
Because this whole wrestling exchanges, that started with Renato. Because Beneil was so aggressive to start the
Darush
round.
trying to go for a
Renato
choke.
shot him.
And Beneil's trying very hard to secure an arm triangle. Not a lot of time, but he gave it up. He's pressing very hard with his head on that right arm.
Elbows, Darush.
Sharp elbows by Beneil.
Nice job by Mark Smith.
Good round 2.
Darush finishing up with some ground and pound.
Watch out. Oh. Moicano almost had him in a leg
How
lock.
you bounce back?
Good round by Beneil Darush.
Likely 1-1.
6, 5,
Probably 1-1.
3, 2,
I'd agree with that. It's close.
Listen, we cannot,
Round 1 was
we cannot
close.
be in this
I think I
party
give it to
because
Moicano.
the same thing and lost this
Round 2 was all Darush.
Right now, we have to defend a takedown. We have to make it not go down with him. Press his head down and he'll try to shoot. Listen, we have to use your speed, not your strength. Okay? He wants a body on body. He really wants to do a brawl.
Darush's corner. Round 3.
Don't miss our MMA show, Good Guy, Bad Guy, with me and Chael Sonnen. You can catch us on YouTube, ESPN Plus, ESPN2. You can also listen wherever you get your podcast. That's Chael and I, every Monday and Thursday. Do not miss it.
Here we go,
Watching
round 3.
anybody's fight with 5 minutes to go.
Ooh, Darush.
You see the
Head
live
kick.
odds, though. Darush
Another
minus
one, blocked.
345, the favorite. He was the underdog. when this
Ooh,
fight was.
Superman punch, Darush.
Very aggressive, Beneil Darush. Look at this
Takedown,
takedown.
double leg.
Right away.
Darush going for the back.
He's super
got a
confident
hook.
that he can dominate these grappling exchanges after
He's got a hook.
Renato
Oh, Moicano. Nice job.
Moicano made a mistake, though. He got excited to try to take the back. Now
Instead of just getting out of there.
Yep.
Let's
Gotta
see
get
if he
it
adjusts. That
Back
was
to
up.
the feet. 420.
Good kick to the body.
Good liver kick by
Round
Beneil.
3. Darush
Darush
firing
continuing
kicks.
with the non-stop pressure late in the fight.
Moicano's got his back.
Renato didn't like those kicks, but now he clinches up, and now he's grappling again.
Ooh, nice job, Moicano.
Shot out of the break by Moicano.
Nice jab by the money man.
Darush would appear to be the fresher fighter late, just one man's observation.
But yeah, he drained him in that second round. I mean, carrying Beneil's weight.
Ooh, big
left hand connection by
big
Darush.
shot, Darush.
Now knee to the body.
And an elbow.
And there's Charles Oliveira getting stretched out before his bid to become a two-time undisputed lightweight champ.
Inside calf kick.
Yeah, and John, Moicano's not really throwing
Another
anything.
calf kick, Darush.
As you said, he seems fatigued, and maybe Darush is only just putting stuff out there. Leg kicks, body kicks.
Moicano is
Hanato's kind
tired.
of watching it.
Darush is starting to look a little tired, but he's still putting out.
He went southpaw for a bit
offense.
there. It could be because the punishment he's taking the inside of that left leg, and there it gets hit there again.
Oh, single. Moicano.
Takedown.
Darush right back up.
Big left hand by Beneil.
Another one, Beneil. Wow.
Darush is fighting a really good third round.
He's fighting smart.
Moicano's only landed 23 significant strikes. Got to get going.
240 to go in round 3. Darush is winning right now.
I can't catch
in
him
my
with the hands.
opinion.
He's going to start trying to blast kicks again.
Moicano's got to
But
do
he knows
something.
that Hanato's not going to throw those kicks. He's just going to get taken down.
Nice.
Another takedown.
Nice double leg. Moicano
Darush.
does a good job of sprawling. Darush just
He's got
gets
his
to his
right
angle,
scissor.
stips him off to his side, and now he's going to
Moicano breaks it free. Darush got him in a standing triangle once. He's got his back. I don't know what he's
Moicano
going to
here
do.
trying to shift off to his right to try to drop Darush off to the side to get him off of his back. He cannot let him get that second hook in though.
He's carrying him on those legs that have been beat up by Beneil Darush though.
Darush, nice job. Sits him down.
Got him down.
Beneil's keeping all that weight and pressure at his hips, pulling him back into his lap.
Good
And just
grappling.
draining that
Good
gas
wrestling.
tank of Renato Moicano. Hanato's
Good
trying to roll,
jiu-jitsu.
but he winds up on bottom. Back up to his
nice.
feet. Eats a knee.
Moicano, nice job getting out of there.
Big time.
He gets back to his feet and doesn't throw anything.
I think his arms are gassed out. You see the velocity of the punches, they're coming very slow from Renato.
I think he's just gassed out.
Yes.
He looks tired. Moicano
Yeah, you
looks
see this
gassed
took a big deep
round
breath.
2.
Ate another knee to the body. Beneil's got a mouse under that left eye. And again, Hanato
Another calf
goes
kick,
southpaw
Darush.
again, but eats a hard low kick on his right leg. Oh, he's just so gassed.
Yeah, just nothing really of consequence from
Moicano, you gotta go.
Like even when he hesitated throwing that right hand, I just don't
You
think he
gotta
has
throw
the pop in
something.
his punches anymore.
You can't win if you don't fucking fight.
He reckon, and he knows that this is not the way to the win, right? Being in this clinch is not working for him. He needs to get back out to space, back him against the octagon side, try to get one of those right hands off again.
I just don't think he has the ability to get those right hands off. When he's throwing those punches, his arms are so gassed from all the grappling.
30 seconds left.
Yeah, if you're Moicano, you can't afford to just...
He's hesitating in these exchanges. See, he's
Darush, nice right. 20 seconds left. Moicano needs a one-hitter quitter or it's over.
There's a jab on Moicano.
I think Darush did
But
enough to
just too
win.
little, too late. Not enough time.
Stuffed the takedown.
I question the fight IQ of Moicano in these last couple rounds. Just
Wow, it went
engaging
the
in the
distance.
wrestling was not a smart decision.
That's it. Good fight.
All right, so after an extended wait,
I think
Beneil
Darush won.
Darush and Renato Moicano engage, and they go the distance. Moicano
won
just
all the
did sort of a
grappling.
wayward flip, might have used some of that energy in the fight.
Yeah,
John.
Thanks,
what that's
Chris.
all about.
I'm
You
glad
too.
you said it.
Well, I moved out of his state, so I'm okay.
There's a good kick to the lower leg by Beneil Darush that took Hanato off
A lot
his
of
feet.
calf kicks
It really punished that leg and forced
from Darush.
Hanato to switch stances multiple times. Punished both. There's a right hand by Hanato. That was a big moment in that first round. There's a nice left hand by Beneil, a right hand behind it. Here's a takedown by Beneil. The grappling exchange is largely dominated by Beneil. There's a left hand by Beneil.
The unauthorized reproduction or distribution of this copyright work is illegal and punishable under law.
Going crazy in Vegas. I think the money man lost.
So Renato Moicano had won 4 successive fights. Going into the initial Darush meeting at UFC 311, he was pulled to face Islam Makhachev. That fight did not go exceedingly well for Moicano. This fight was rebooked, and now we await the official
Darush won.
cards. They reside.
Hopefully they don't screw him.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 3 rounds, we go to the judges' scorecards for a decision. All 3 judges score this contest 29-28 for the winner by unanimous decision,
He looked good too. Really good job all the way around. Besides getting hit with that one big bomb.
Congratulations. It's been a while. How good does it feel to get back in the win column?
I want to thank my Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ. Every single time I've stumbled, every time I fall short, He's there, picks me up, gives me strength, allows me to come back and be here this moment. It feels good, Joe. It feels good, but it's more important that it feels good because I know Christ is living in me.
Beneil, you had a difficult first round. You got dropped in that first round, but came back and really put on a show with your grappling exchanges in the second and the third.
Yeah, I got lazy in the first, I think, and then I got caught. I have to watch it, but I really felt like I was doing well in the first round too.
He was doing well
until he got
clipped.
In the first round up until that right hand. The second, the third, though, you really dominated with your grappling. You really put a pace on him. I know it's been 2 years plus since we've seen you inside the octagon. Obviously, you've been working hard.
Yeah, he looked
How good does it feel, though, to get this victory?
Yeah, man, it felt good. Felt like my time was a little bit off, but it felt good. And, man.
He's not washed up yet.
I don't know how else I can tell you, but, man, this life, I'm going to put it this way, man. My legacy is Christ. Fame is trash for me. I desire this because God put this in me. I'm going to go home tomorrow, sleep, wake up, and keep doing this, man. I don't care about my fame. I don't care about my future or what people think of me. This is a desire that God has put in me, and it ain't going to go anywhere.
This puts you in an excellent position, this victory over Moicano. Is there a fighter that you would like to face next?
No, I could care less, man. Just pick him from anywhere. I'll take the fight.
Well, I look forward to seeing you again. Congratulations, sir. An excellent victory. Can't wait to see you again.
I thought he might have been washed up. He wasn't washed up tonight.
That post-fight interview was brought to you by Drip, the official water of UFC. And
well
you saw
done.
graphically Beneil Darush pulling
Tip
into a
my
tie
cap
with
to
Donald
Beneil Darush.
as the
Hasn't fought in 2 years.
winningest lightweight in the division's history in the UFC. Standing room only at 317, Suni Lee, Olympic gold medalist, with us here tonight at UFC 317. Also in the building, longtime UFC supporter Holly Madison alongside Nina Drama. Sean Wei-Lee potentially getting a shot to chase a belt in a second division later this year. And the UFC Hall of Famer Joanna Jacek is with us.
I'll never forget Joanna
Also with us.
when she had that knot on her head from Wei-Lee. That was insane.
UFC Hall of Fame just 2 days ago.
Kayla Harrison and Amanda Nunes.
Sponsored by Bet365.
They're supposed to be fighting soon.
TNT.
That should be a war. Kayla Harrison versus Amanda Nunes could be a really crazy woman's fight. I'm kind of excited if it does happen. So up next, Brandon Royval versus Joshua Van. Number 1 versus number 12. Joshua Van only fought a month ago. He's like, fuck it. Keep him coming. He's trying to climb the rankings. He might have a title fight coming if he beats Brandon Royval. Flyweight fight after that with Pantoia versus Kai Kara France. That's the co-main. And the final fight is Ilia Toporia versus Charles Oliveira. So 3 more fights to go. Do I dare check out what's going on with Jake Paul? I don't think he started fighting yet, but we'll check it out. I can't help but watch the fucking bozo. See if he gets knocked out. He's a bozo, but he's a rich bozo. I'll give him that. So next fight up, Van and Royval. He still hasn't started fighting yet. Still on the undercard, Jake Paul. Holloway versus Poria 3, July 19th. That's not far away.
To try to spoil.
It's supposed to be Poirier's last fight.
One of the most decorated featherweights of all time. And now trying on July 18th.
I'm going to miss watching Dustin Poirier fight.
Dustin Poirier, tremendous fighter, and trying to add to his legacy here in a few weeks.
One of the all-time greats, and I really like him back at lightweight. I feel like that cut down to 145 after going up to 55 and beating Justin Gaethje for the BMF belt was just a little too much. At 55, he's bigger, he's stronger, he's healthier, especially later in his career. And Max Holloway can do it all. He's got submission victories. He KO'd Justin Gaethje, one of the most insane knockouts in the history of the sport.
Pulled him to the middle of the ring.
Beater to win the BMF belt. Just an all-time great.
Yeah, Max Holloway is the absolute man, but he's going down to New Orleans to fight Dustin Poirier, a guy who is tied. He's in the top 5 for most wins in UFC history. He knocks people out. He gets performance bonuses. He has a lot of the same records that Max Holloway has.
Yeah.
This guy truly
Very
is
similar.
one of the best fighters this division has seen in a really long time, and he gets a homecoming as a retirement fight. Look, we're going back to New Orleans, baby. I'm ODing on red beans and rice and gumbo out in New Orleans as Dustin
I
Poirier
would be too if I wasn't on a diet.
UFC 318 live from Smoothie King. It's going to be good, Joe.
And expect Dustin Poirier to be at his all-time best because he knows this is his last foot into the octagon. His last bout. A last bout of a storied career that led him to be the interim champion. Some beautiful knockout victories. The one that he got there with Justin Gaethje. The Benoit Saint-Denis. The finish there over Chandler. One of the greats.
Yep. It is about to be bananas down on the bayou.
Poirier fights his ass off. You can't say he doesn't. Even against Islam, he fought his ass off. He gave Islam all he could handle. I know Islam ended up finishing him late, but Poirier was in some bad positions and got out of him in that fight. Holloway versus Poirier, July 19th. That's the next pay-per-view after tonight, I believe. That's going to be a banger. I don't know what the undercard looks like, but we're definitely watching some of that. Joshua Van. Most significant strikes per minute in flyweight history. 8.2. That's a lot. Everyone else underneath him has 5, not even 5.5 significant strikes per minute. Van's almost got 3 more. Here we go. Royval versus Van.
His second win of the month, Joshua Van has momentum on his side as he tries to tackle the toughest test of his career in the form of the #1 ranked flyweight contender, Brandon Raw Dog Royval. When you're the #1 ranked flyweight contender in the UFC, a target is always on your back. Fortunately, Brandon Royval embraces the bullseye, the action, and all comers. Tonight, he'll defend that #1 ranking again against a rising star out of Houston, Texas, Joshua Van.
Brandon is the #1 contender, and when I beat him dominantly tonight, that should put me in a title contender.
Being undeniable is the most important thing to me at this point in my career. Is
Brandon Raw Dog.
I'm ranked #1, and I just need to keep showing the world why I have this #1 next to my name.
On a mission to earn another crack at the flyweight title, Alexandre Pantoia defends here later tonight. Brandon Royval has earned back-to-back wins over Brandon Moreno and Tatsuro Taira since his last fight with the champion, and he believes beating Joshua Van tonight keeps him on track to his foremost goal.
I already have went over the top 5 of the division, beating up anybody that's coming close to top 10, top 15. Top 5 is just, it solidifies where I'm at and what I'm willing to do to get this title shot.
Earlier this month, 23-year-old Joshua Van traveled to New Jersey and scored his 7th UFC win by stopping Bruno Silva in the 3rd round. But instead of taking a summer vacation down by the river, Van stepped in from an El Cap to face the top flyweight contender as he dares to be great at the biggest event of the year.
You know, a lot of guys that he fought, I think they fought him scared or nervous, you know, and I'm not only nervous, and I'm going to be patient in there and find my timing.
Here we go, hopefully. Joshua Van.
It is remarkable how much this Burmese-American Joshua Van has accomplished at just 23 years of age. 7-1 in the UFC. He was number 14 3 weeks ago when he dusted Bruno Silva. And as he was literally presenting his mom with a new house, the call came in to step up and face the number 1 contender, Brandon Royval. We'll see if he can take that number 1 here tonight.
You know, a 23-year-old in this situation may feel some pressure loaded. When we talked to him, he said, I don't feel like any fight is too big or too small. For this one, I just happen to be fighting the number 1 guy in the world. Feels like a lot of guys often compete against Brandon Royval nervous, so they allow Royval to put his pace on them. He said, listen, I can push the pace just as well. I'll be patient, but as soon as I get my timing, it's on. After this bout, he believes he'll get the hand raise. He wants to stay around the octagon and do a face-off with whoever wins that flyweight title in our next one.
We'll see if he can hold serve and get it done tonight. These keys to victory are brought to you by the Air National Guard. Serve your nation, serve your state, serve your way. Champ, what do you have for us on Josh Van?
Well, for Joshua Van, he's got to defend takedown. He doesn't want to spend extended periods of time on the ground. And how do you defend those takedowns? You use those angles. He does a great job of creating angles when it's striking. When we watched him fight in Newark, Andre Ward, the Olympic gold medalist and world champion, was front row. And when we were on the plane going home, he was so impressed with this kid's boxing. He goes, I like him. He goes, I would love to call one of his fights because I thought this kid was going to be a boxer. That's how good this young man is. I love his confidence. I love his swagger. He told us the other day, the reason I was able to take this fight because my last fight felt like nothing more than a hard sparring session. That's how much he was putting it on.
Bruno
Silva last time.
Yeah.
This young man has if he wins this fight, he's number 1 contender. He's 23, Joe.
Well, I love the fact that he's taking this fight at 3 weeks' notice, too, because all the nerves are going to be out, right? He just competed 3 weeks ago. He's in tip-top condition. He's going to come into this fight brimming with confidence, already having experienced the octagon victoriously 3 weeks ago. That's huge. No rust at all. Feeling good and smooth. Didn't take any real damage in that fight. Looks sensational. Confidence riding high. And he's got this momentum right now going. And I just love this fight for him. And I love this fight from Brandon Royval, too. This is a great, great fight.
You see these insights bottom of your screen. They're brought to you by UFC Insights Engine, built with IBM Watson X. And this is pretty remarkable. Joshua Van has landed 100 or more significant strikes in 5 of his first 8 UFC fights. Only other fighter to do that is the Hall of Famer Joanna Jędrzejczyk, who is here. So, if he lands 100 or more tonight against Royval, first fighter in UFC history to do it in 6 of his or her first 9. And he's
Here
only
comes Brandon Royval. His music's fucking funny.
Tonight's fighter walkouts are brought to you by Total Wireless, the official wireless provider of UFC, in your corner with unlimited data that won't slow you down. Brandon Royval, Joe, is the number 1 ranked flyweight contender. He had his crack against Alexandre Pantoia in December of 2023. All he's done since is win, turn back Brandon Moreno and Tatsuro Taira, and yet again,
I think Royval might have some reach.
He is skillful and he's predictable, and I think that is where he has an advantage.
He's got a reach advantage.
He's got to use his reach advantage. That's significant. He has a height and reach advantage. He fights very well from the outside. He's an excellent
turns out.
Joe, speaking of risky fight, like when I asked him about it, he goes, initially I thought this doesn't serve me. There's no reason to take this fight. But he said it was so important for him to stay aligned with the title fight that he was like, I'm doing it. He goes, I take this kid so serious. But if we know Brandon Royval, we have seen him take on these young competitors.
This could be a fight of the night.
Tyler was as hot as any fighter in his division. Yep. And Royval
I think these guys are going to try and knock each other's heads off.
He's beaten and competed with the best in the world. And when he can start to pressure you, and you start to show any sign that you are wilting, he will just destroy you. It's on Van to make sure that doesn't happen tonight.
All right, Joe, the tape is presented by B-Change, the better earn rewards for sustainable choices. Brandon Royval, 32.
3-inch reach advantage, Royval.
23. Royval taller by 4 inches. He will have a
Van's a lot younger.
in reach.
9 years younger.
Time for the featured bout. Here is Bruce Buffer.
Ladies and gentlemen, this bout is brought to you by Experian. Your new BFF weighs 480, is 12 feet tall, with a 150-inch reach. Experian, your new big financial friend. And now, this fight is 3 rounds in the UFC flyweight division. Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner, a mixed martial artist holding professional record, 14 wins, 2 losses. He stands 5 feet 5 inches tall, weighing in at 125 and 1/2 pounds. Fighting out of Houston, Texas, Joshua the Fearless. Introducing his opponent,
it's a big fight for both sides.
Out of the red corner, a brawler, holding a professional record, 17 wins, 7 losses. He stands 5 feet 9 inches tall, weighing in at 125 and 1/2 pounds. Fighting out of Denver, Colorado, presenting the #1 ranked UFC flyweight contender in the world, Brandon in charge, Jason Herzog.
Here we go.
The great Jason Herzog is our referee. The beautiful Brooklyn Wren is with us here at UFC 317. Joshua Van and Brandon Royval figure to be 2 of the more interested observers when the men's flyweight title is on the line later tonight. For now, it is their turn. Royval is in white, Van is in black.
Look how tall Royval is, Joe.
Back kick from Royval right away.
Huge height and reach advantage. But Joshua
Royval's a
Van
lot
is
taller.
very good at getting inside. Very good at landing tight combinations. But this is a big step up in competition for him, right?
Very.
Royval has faced them all, including the champion Pantoia and the challenger Taikara France tonight.
And the one difference is Joshua Van does a lot of his great work with his hands. Royval does use kicks. And a lot of times you can do that, especially as the taller man, from a further distance than Van can do his work.
He uses kicks, he uses
Van's
knees,
trying to go
and
forward.
when you're in exchanges with him, he's
Royval's not
very
letting it so
unpredictable,
far.
very creative
He's
and
stopping me
wild.
now.
And he can do this all night.
Yeah.
Well, Van hasn't thrown one strike yet
Couple
because
calf
Royval's
kicks
already
right
put 20 in his face.
Right. Royval had heaping amounts of respect for Joshua Van in our fighter meeting.
Oh, Van caught him coming in.
By Joshua Van.
Big right
A lot of
hand.
power behind that.
Oh, another big right.
So now Joshua Van being heard from.
Another straight right. Van.
Joshua Van's hands
Inside
are
calf
so
kick,
thick,
man.
man. They're so sharp. And what he talked about leading up to this fight, patience. He's so patient now. And, you know, for a 23-year-old kid, he has so much maturity.
Royval just pumping the jab. Straight right.
Van trying to cut an angle. Royval attacks the body.
It just feels like he doesn't feel
Van's
like
just
he needs
trying
to
to
be
counter
going
him.
strike
Just did it again.
Royval, because when he throws, it actually matters. Royval's throwing a lot, right? But
Body
the one
shot,
that
Van.
had the most impact right now is Joshua Van's.
good
jab
by Royval, yeah.
Royval just throwing non-stop. So Van's been countering. Nice body shot, Van.
Royval is essentially point fighting right
Yeah.
Big right hand Van again.
It just looks like Royval's throwing to make sure that Van can't throw. He's almost trying to just deter him by just putting stuff in front of him. And he doesn't seem to have as much intention of landing.
Yes.
Oh, nice combination, Van. Clipped him with a right.
The sharpness of Joshua Van is on display.
Joshua Van got hit.
Good shot there by Royval. About 2 minutes to go in round one.
Royval's putting out a lot of output, but it's not doing damage. And he hasn't
I'm
caught him.
looking at the numbers, and it says that Royval's landed 70 of 63, and Van's landed 18 of 31. That's crazy. That's efficiency.
Yeah, Royval below 30%.
And now Royval, every time he goes into exchange, he's thinking about these counters that are coming from Joshua. Because there's so much pop on them.
You see a lot of feints from Royval, Van not biting.
Oh, Van put him down.
I think that was a little bit of a scare. It was.
Oh, hit him again.
Brandon's got to keep his chin down when he's close to this kid, though, man. He's taking some counters.
Royval
And
keeps
Van
throwing.
said that he's not going to
But it's a lot
get
of
nervous
jabs.
with the pace of
And every time he
Royval.
comes in with
And he
something
feels
big,
if he
Van
just stays
catches
pace
him.
and he will not fatigue like most fighters do when they fight him.
Good right hand from Joshua
Oh,
Van.
Van again.
From Royval.
Both
Another
guys
right hand
slipping.
landed, though.
Dean Thomas, go ahead, coach.
Van is as impressive.
Ooh,
as I've
big
seen
right
him.
hand Van. Another
Not only
counter.
is he super accurate,
Oh, another
he's
one.
great discipline. Look at how he targets that face.
Big
And when
right
he doesn't feel
overhands
like
and
he can hit
hooks
the face,
he's
he's gonna
landing
do it straight right to the
every
body.
time.
He is as good as advertised, I believe.
Yes, he is, Dean.
High praise
Josh
from the
Van looks
coach.
good. Fighting his ass off.
And the discipline Dean speaks about is not only offensively, but even
Oh, hit him
defensively.
again.
When Royval throws that body kick, he doesn't even really react. He just keeps his elbow tucked.
Big body shot. Van.
Nice body kick by Royval.
Yeah, he can use more of those.
Yes.
And that leg reach is significant.
10 seconds.
Archer, honestly, throw him up the middle.
Yes.
Like, instead of throwing him wrapping around them,
Oh, no,
the side,
left.
just hit him up the middle.
Counter
with it.
by Van.
Like that little
Good first round.
teeth kick up the middle.
Tonight's corner game
Van's
is
up
powered by
1-0.
Prime Hydration. Hydrate with Prime Collector Series. Collect trophies. Complete your collection on drinkprime.com for a chance to win $1 million US.
Royval's throwing a ton of jabs, and he's poking him a little bit with some of them, but they're not doing damage. You know, he's got him with some calf kicks. He's putting out a lot of work, but he's getting countered bad. And Van's not throwing as much, but when he does, he's hitting him with monster shots.
Distance, not your shot. Feet feint, pull, and then crack him again. Feet feint, pull, crack him again. When you get him on the fence. When you throw your two.
Let's take a look at some of the sharp counters. Look at that
Oh.
beautiful left hook over the top by
Royval
Joshua
got a chin.
Van. And here's another right hand that partially missed. Left hand kind of cuffed him with that. Jab, right hand behind it. And he's doing them at awkward angles too.
Round two is brought to you by
Josh Van
Monaco,
looks like a
official
boxer.
canned cocktail at UFC. 2 shots in every
shit.
can.
Because he's almost having to punch up because Royval is so tall.
Round two. I got it 1-0
We got
Van.
one more update, I understand, on Jack Hermanson. Megan, go ahead.
Oh,
Correct.
nice
Some good
knees.
news. The UFC
Royval.
medical team has deemed him medically cleared to leave the building. They observed him for well over an hour. He left under his own accord. He'll head back to the hotel to rest before traveling back home, guys.
That's good news.
Good to hear on Jack Hermanson.
Oh, both guys traded. This is getting
Now
nasty.
Brandon's starting to get that face on him. He's got to try to make it not pretty.
Oh, big right hand,
Van.
Van.
If it's pretty, Van's going to outstrike you. You got to make it dirty. And right now, Royval's making it a little dirty.
He landed a good left hand in that exchange.
Oh, Van's rushing him.
Pretty good knee or so it appeared by Royval there.
Oh, nice job by Royval. These guys are throwing bombs now. Wow.
Both guys mixing up their targets pretty well.
Oh, both hit each other with straight.
That was the biggest shot in the fight from him.
Nice jab by Joshua Van.
Another counter by Van.
Van's counter-striking is really good tonight.
They're so fast.
So fast.
Oh, Royval.
Can't have any holes in your game in this division.
Royval's no slouch. Nice casket. Royval.
I like to see Royval
Hit him with a
use
three-piece
kicks.
there.
Did not see the lot from Joshua. There's one.
Ooh. Ooh.
1-2 by Royval.
Here's Royval.
Brady's landing now.
Wow. And now Van lands.
It's heating up.
Oh, nice jab. But Royval's still fucking trading.
And anytime Royval fakes or fakes,
Van just hit him with a huge right.
Well, he wants him to enter. He's not afraid of him to enter. He wants him to.
Nice one, too, Royval. Did it again.
Second left from Royval. Huge uptick in the land percentage for Royval in round 2, and now Van connects.
Right hand over the top by Van.
These guys are swinging for the fences. Trying to knock each other's heads off.
Good level change, Royval to the body.
Ooh. Oh. Straights and fucking hooks. Wow. Both guys. They're in the clinch now. Nice knee, Van.
Short knee to the body by Joshua Van. Under 2 minutes now, round 2.
Oh, Van made him eat a big one. And Royval lands 2 jabs. Minute 40 to go. Round 2.
Royval historically has some of the best cardio in the game. Van, of course, the young 23-year-old, great cardiovascular base as well.
Doing well. Looks much better this round.
Jab from Van gets through.
Putting a lot of work on. Oh, Van, 2-piece.
Beautiful jab by Royval.
Royval's jabbing the shit out of Van.
By Van.
But the bigger punches are coming from Van.
No grappling at all, champ, huh?
No grappling. But I'm here for it. I like this.
Yeah.
Because they're doing everything
Nice
right.
job,
They're not just
Royval.
banging punches.
Both guys starting to bleed a little.
Joshua Van rips to the body and tight.
Ooh. Royval keeps pushing forward.
Just in constant pursuit.
Ooh. Both guys land.
Good counter by Van.
Ooh.
This fight is flying.
These guys don't stop.
This fight is
I told you this could be a fight of the night. Fucking rock'em sock'em robots. Oh, Van just clipped him. He's still standing.
And Royval steps right back into the fire. Big right from Van.
Another right hand by Van.
Oh, big left Van.
That was a really good left hand by Royval.
2, 1. Wow.
As advertised through 2.
Could be 1-1, could be 2-0. That was a close round. I might give it to Royval.
Get the head on the fucking head. Get the head on. Say it back. Relax. Relax, breathe.
These guys both are tough, man. Both guys eating shots.
Discipline is going to win this third round. Discipline is going to win this third round. Tight jab, angle to find your backside. Do not overcommit the back. Keep eating the front. Crush it.
Loma, iron. Loma, iron. Just keep playing this kid.
That's unbelievable. Look here. Nice left hand by Royval.
Royval had 80 significant strikes in the second round. Van had 57.
Van with a nice counter. I mean, a lot of counters by Van.
A lot of output.
Royval's corner told him they think he won that round, and he might have, but it was very close.
Very close.
Significant strikes in that round 2.
What a round.
UFC 317, Toporia versus Oliveira, brought to you by Wingstop. Bring the flavor.
Van's corner told him to get his head off the center line. That is one thing he's not doing well. His head is very stationary.
Man lands a lot of big shots in round 2, but a huge fight swinging 5 minutes for Roybal. Good 1-2 by Brandon there.
What a nice left hook counted by Joshua Van.
Van's on that pressure now. Oh,
both guys landing good shots. Woo!
Wow.
Nice kick to the body.
Van stepping in here from an El Capo on 3 weeks' notice. Putting himself exceedingly well against the division's #1 ranked contender.
yes, he is. I don't know that
4 minutes to go in the fight.
I don't know that 10 dudes in front of him.
I think Van's up slightly.
That's a real good point.
Very close.
This fight's already top 10 in terms of significant strikes landed in flyweight. We still got 4 minutes to go.
Oh, nice counter by Van.
Oh, body shot.
Roybal keeps coming forward.
Looking for an elbow.
Oh!
Big right Van.
Right hand and a left for Van.
Van won't feel like he was just sparring today, though. He's in a fight.
Yes.
Yeah, this is a fight. This is the difference between fighting the #1 contender.
Yeah, for sure.
Oh, nice kick to the
Nice
body.
job by Roybal.
That's the wildness of Roybal that I like.
Threw a nasty spinning back fist.
It's just crazy to think back to our first fighter meeting with Joshua Van when he made his debut a
After he
couple of
landed
years
that
ago.
kick.
Had barely been wrestling and now showing he is on the level of the #1 contender.
Nice striking, both guys. Oh, big, huge right by Van.
Watch, here comes Roybal. Roybal open.
Every time Roybal gets hurt, he comes forward and lands 2, though. 2:45 left in round 3.
Good jab by Roybal.
Gentlemen, this is like a world championship caliber.
Yes, it
It
is.
is. This is the best fight so far
This
tonight.
should be a 5-rounder. It really should.
Could you imagine this was a 5-round fight?
It kind of should be.
So good.
These guys are so good.
It's for the #1 contender spot, too.
Roybal's turning it up.
Yeah, he's going to try to...
Oh, Joshua Van fires back.
Van's trying to chase him down.
Roybal retreats. Just over 2 minutes now to go.
He retreats and reset.
Yeah.
Right back at it.
Oh, Roybal.
Oh my goodness, this fight is so good.
Crazy
Throwing a
volume
lot
out
of
of wrist.
So
punches.
good. This fight.
Oh, here's Van again.
This fight is
2
insane.
piece.
These guys are taking some shots, man.
And not a single takedown attempt.
They're just boxing. Boxing and kickboxing right in the front, the middle of the octagon with 4-ounce gloves.
This fight's close.
Roybal looking to get another maybe combination from his corner. He has set a personal best with significant strikes landed. Has Roybal.
Oh, Van again.
And here comes Roybal. He does this every time. Every time Van gets a big one off.
Oh, nice counter left by Van.
Van is so sharp in those counters. Nice 1-2.
Roybal's tough, though. He keeps firing.
Oh,
It's like he gets hit and he gets pissed and he
Good luck
fucking
judging this fight.
hits Van a few
good luck.
times.
This one's close. All 3 rounds have been very competitive.
Oh, nice job, Roybal. Minute left.
Roybal has thrown nearly 400 total strikes tonight.
Man, big overhand right.
That is so insane.
3-round fight.
Oh, nice knee by Van.
That little side kick, man.
That side kick. He's lucky he didn't hurt him bad. Van
30 seconds.
pouring it on.
Hitting him with that side kick when he steps in.
Oh,
And what a fight.
Van's fucking up his leg now. 20 seconds to go. Roybal's tough.
From Dan. Wow. They are all on their feet at T-Mobile Arena down the stretch we come.
They're just banging in the middle of the ring. Oh, Van dropped him.
Chasing a late finish.
It's not over.
Oh my goodness!
Now it is. Oh, what a fight. Joshua Van won that one. Awesome fight. That's one of the best fights I've seen in a while.
He was hurt so bad he thought he got stopped.
He was wobbling.
Wow, Van almost finished him at the end of the third.
It seemed like he was confused.
I wish there were 2 more rounds.
He cussed like, God dang it, because he knew that might cost him the fight.
Also, you could barely hear the buzzer.
It was so loud.
It was so loud.
So loud.
That could have
Brandon Royval fought his ass off too.
When he screamed at the end, we swore at the end of the fight.
Crazy.
Joshua Van, that was fantastic.
Just round 3 here, look.
Crazy
elbow
striking.
step in by Royval. Left hook, right. Left hand straight for Royval. I mean, these dudes just going at it. Jab, right hand.
That was a
by Van.
phenomenal fight. Very
Another left hook,
entertaining.
right hand by Van.
Very entertaining.
Look at the knockdown here. Bink, right on the chin, put him down bad.
Huge shot.
Oh
with
my
like 10
goodness, if you
seconds
were
to
worried
go.
about scoring that fight, that third round determined.
Yeah,
when you get
that
knocked down
last
like that, hurt that badly.
knockdown.
And if you're a judge in the
Helped
weighing
win Van
moments,
the fight,
maybe
for
that
sure.
late knockdown gives you the clarity you need.
If that didn't happen, Jay, then they know they're going to get judged by us because we're going to talk about it. But now, he did your job for you.
Tonight's fighter stats
Royval was leading
are
in
brought to you by
significant strikes.
Regenerate RX, the official performance telehealth partner of UFC. Visit
In the
regenerate.rx.com
second and
now
third
for
round.
more information. Record-setting
Second round was
flyweight affair
significant.
tonight.
More.
Unofficially, they
23.
combined for 344 significant strikes landed. That is a new
In the
single-fight UFC flyweight record, supplanting Arichi Long versus Molina.
Wow, what a firefight.
Wow.
I think Van
Wow.
won.
Wow. There has to be a
But
winner. Bruce
Royval
Buffer has the answer.
is a fucking stud too.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 3
Them guys
rounds,
brought it.
we go to the judges' scorecards for decision.
They should
The
get a
judges
fight
for
of the night bonus.
contest, 29-28, 29-28, and 30-27 for the winner by
30-27?
unanimous decision.
How did they give him the second?
Joshua the Fearless Van.
Joshua Van's got some hands.
What a fight. That might be one of the best fights I have ever seen in a record-breaking fight in the flyweight division. Joshua Van, you've
That was
only
a
been
good, one
training
of the
for
better
how
fights
long
I've seen in
now?
a long time.
First of all, I want to thank my Lord and Savior Jesus Christ. To answer your question, man, I've been training for 5 years.
That is so insane. You have improved so rapidly, and for you to come off that Bruno Silva win just 3 weeks ago, step in here and fight the #1 contender and walk away with a victory like that, absolutely sensational.
Yeah, man, Bruno Silva fight, I broke my toe. And in the fight, I kind of feel it, so you know what I
You
mean?
broke your toe 3 weeks ago.
Yeah, my right big toe right there, it was fucked up.
But listen, you did not
He's a
fight like
dog.
a guy with a broken toe. You fought absolutely incredibly. The counters were on point. You looked so
That
good
was a
and so
banger, Jack.
patient and so disciplined. But what a pace you guys put on tonight.
Yeah, man.
I feel bad for
you know,
Royval.
Royval is a tough guy, you know.
He was
We knew
fucking,
we
he
was
fought
here for
amazing as
war.
well.
Even though I wanted to get the finish, but, you know, like...
You almost got it in that third round.
Yeah, like they say, you know, Nate Diaz, the Diaz brothers, they never lost a fight. They just ran out of time, so that's what you see.
But listen, you won the fight and you ran out of time because you almost finished them, but you almost finished the #1 contender. And you were not even ranked just recently.
Yeah, man, me and my team, we know, we always know what we got, you know what I mean? It's just time to show the world. And hey,
That was a war.
and you guys, man, what's that fight of the night?
Give him a bonus.
Listen, Joshua, it's been such a pleasure
Might
to
have been
watch
fight
you
of the year,
grow
he's right.
and get better inside the octagon. And a performance like that against the #1 contender that just elevated you to the top of the division right before we're going to watch the world title fight. A really
I want
special
Van
performance.
Pantoia.
I want you to enjoy it. Congratulations, sir. Yes, please.
Or whoever wins
The winner
tonight.
of the title fight tonight, they're going to have to see me. So, David White, if you give me a chance to face
Joshua
off
Van's
with
getting
them
paid.
after their fight,
Good for him.
hey, I'm here.
trying to get paid.
Joshua Van, 8th youngest fighter on the roster. 8 wins have been stacked before his 24th birthday, and a title shot could very well be next for the native of Myanmar.
Phenomenal.
Congrats to Joshua Van.
Phenomenal.
All the UFC stars are out tonight. There's the former interim UFC lightweight champion Justin Gaethje, also with us. Busting with the boys is Taylor Lewan is with us. Matt Hughes, the UFC Hall of Famer. Good to see the two-time welterweight champion here in Vegas. Robbie Lawler's in the Hall of Fame twice. Good to see him get inducted this weekend.
The brawler.
Michael Chandler is here, as is the former two-time UFC flyweight champion.
Michael Chandler, you've let me down too many times.
Aljamain Sterling, the former UFC bantamweight champ, has a date in China with Brian Ortega later this week. And the Fighting Nerds, well represented, Mauricio Silva, Kyle Bohalio, Carlos Prates, and Carlos Olberg out of City Kickboxing here to support his teammate, Kai Kara France. Also here, the last style bender, Israel Adesanya. There's Izzy. Last style bender inducted into the Hall of Fame for his epic 2019 encounter.
Got a Kara France shirt on him and both.
Sponsored by Bet365.
Wow, this card's been pretty damn good. Pretty damn good night of fights so far. We got 2 more. We got Pantoia versus Kai Kara France coming up next. And then the main event, Ilia Toporia versus Oliveira. Good night of fights. Good night of fights. Glad to hear Jack Hermanson is doing better. And they're going to allow him to leave and go home and fly. They updated that during that fight. After he took that brutal knockout and a hammer fist on top of it. Glad to hear he's okay. Because he got smoked. That was brutal. Brutal. So Kara France versus Pantoia coming up next. Got a little break in the action. Shouldn't be long. I think they're going to keep moving things along. It's getting pretty late. I think we got 79 more days. Well, almost 78 if you're on the East Coast. It's 11:56. 79, almost 78 days till football starts. I can't fucking wait. I've been trying to get into baseball and stop maybe talking some baseball, but I don't know why. I struggle getting into baseball. Like, I'm not into it like I used to be. The game's changed so much when I watch it. Everyone shifts. Like, the teams are so fucking on point. They shift so many fielders now, and it's crazy. Crazy the amount of different shit they do nowadays and how much they study, and it kind of makes it fucking boring, in my opinion. Right.
France, number 4 in the world, on the strength of the knockout of Steve
banging back in the
has
day.
earned his crack at Undisputed.
I don't know. They've been doing that for a few days. What's up, Joe? They've been doing that for a few days, man. I don't know what's going on. Some channels have it like that. Some channels don't. It's Joey Waters, right?
Pantoia is such a...
I don't like it either because I don't fucking even notice half the people if I don't notice the thumbnail. Like, I know Jet because I know his thumbnail. You just changed your thumbnail recently. A few other people did too, and I don't know who the fuck they are now all the time. So I apologize. Absolutely, Chip Chaser. Yankees are my squad. I love everything Boston but the Red Sox. I miss going and watching fucking Jeter and them guys. Bernie. Fucking Mariano. I've been to a lot of amazing games. I've been to quite a few games at Yankee Stadium, the old one and the new one. I don't like the new park as much. You as well, Joey W. But yeah, I miss them old Yankees teams. And the Red Sox haven't been as exciting the last few years, really. A couple years ago, they beat us when fucking Giancarlo Stanton hit 4 balls or 5 balls off the wall, just missing home runs. Like, missed home run by inches every freaking hit he had that game. That killed me. Put it off the top of, like, the green monster, like, 3 times. Just missed home runs. But, man, I would love to get back into baseball. I think it's just because, like, it's not the same guys. Like, I look at that Yankees team, I only know 4 or 5 of them. I used to know everyone religiously. Scott Brocious, he was a World Series MVP when they beat the Padres. Very underrated player. Very underrated player. Had a great glove. Great, great, great fielder. At least while he was with New York. While he was with New York, I remember watching. He was fucking so solid at third. That infield was pretty damn solid. And no, they had some problems when Knobloch came in for a while there. But they ended up switching him out with other people because he had the yips. He couldn't throw the ball to second or first. Like, he had a problem in tight games where he couldn't fucking throw the ball accurately. And which is crazy because he was a really good fielder up until then. But Scott Brocious was a stud. Yeah, I don't like Boone either. I wish Joe Girardi never left. And he, like, retired, and then now he's coaching again. I don't know if it was something they didn't like being in New York, or he had it, or he didn't like being retired, but I'm not big on Boone. I think Boone should have lost his job about 5 times already, minimum. Other than that home run he hit for us, I don't have much fucking... I'm not really a fan of him either. He did save us against the Red Sox, though, when he hit that bomb off Wakefield to left field in extra innings in Game 7 of the ALCS. So, I wouldn't doubt... I mean, that was a huge fucking home run. So I'm sure they, like, feel a little indebted to him. But I like Girardi and Torre. Joe Torre was fucking the perfect guy for those teams. He doesn't get enough credit. I know they had some really good teams, but Joe Torre was fucking... He knew how to handle that group of guys for, like, quite a long time. I miss the old school Yankees. Like, the Yankees teams that, like, when before... Even I remember when Mariano was the setup guy. And Wetland would come in. John Wetland was their closer. The first championship of that dynasty that started in the mid-90s. Wetland was the closer for the first one. Mariano was the setup man. And then they realized Mariano was the fucking shit. And what's his name? Wetland was getting older and shit. And fucking, man, I used to love they play. He was Phil Jackson for the Yankees. That's exactly what I was thinking. The exact same thing crossed my mind. I don't remember if I said it, but that's exactly what went through my mind if I didn't verbalize it. Kai Kara France making his way to the ring right now, getting ready to fight Alexander Pantoia. Oh, Mariano's the fucking shit, dude. Georgie Posada. Fucking, oh, those guys, man. Bernie Williams is like my all-time favorite. Bernie Williams doesn't get enough credit either. Bernie Williams was so solid. Bernie Williams had the Paul O'Neill, Tino, fucking Jimmy Leyritz. I know Jimmy Leyritz has had some downfalls. Jim Leyritz came up big for us a bunch of times. A lot of guys people don't think of. That was like a utility guy. You could throw him all over the fucking place. First base, fucking catch. Fucking that guy hit bombs against the Braves. We were down 2-0. I remember that in the World Series. Brought us back from death's door. And of course, Jeter. Fucking Jeter. And the pitching staffs were pretty solid too. People forget El Duque. El Duque was a fucking monster. Defected from Cuba. That's awesome, Chip Chaser. Sounds like you got an awesome life, dude. That's amazing. Congratulations. I'm not a hater. That's dope. Yeah, I think O'Neill was a lefty, wasn't he? Did he switch hit or was he a lefty? Bernie's wife's a hottie. Yeah. Was he got a hot Puerto Rican girl? Bernie's Puerto Rican. I seen Bernie hit like an 8th inning. It was either 8th or 9th inning. I think it was 8th. 8th inning home run the day he came back from his father's funeral in Puerto Rico. Hit a fucking bomb off Pedro. We were down 1-0. We couldn't get shit going. Fucking Pedro was looking like he was going to have a complete game shutout. And Bernie hit a fucking bomb to like dead center, left center. A shot. I sat right behind home plate, up a little bit. You know what I mean? I wasn't right by, I was like on the second level. But what a fucking shot. One of the greatest fucking games I've ever been to. I've been to a lot of games. I could talk. I've seen a lot of shit in baseball. I seen Mo Vaughn hit 3 home runs against the Yankees like Jeter's rookie year. And fucking had beer thrown on me when I was like 12 years old at Fenway. And the Yankees got crushed. Oh, I wish, man. I'm way out on the East Coast and shit. I don't know where he lives or whatever. And I don't have a lot of money and shit. But if I could ever find a way to fucking, oh my God. I have to, my father passed away in August. I have to go to a Yankees game soon. Because he wanted me to put his ashes somewhere in Yankee Stadium. And I'm going to do it. I'm going to put it out in fucking Monument Park. I'm not taking all of his ashes. I'm taking a little bit of them. And I'm taking them and fucking, I got to do it. It was like one of his last requests. He wanted certain of his ashes sprinkled certain places he loved. So I have to go fucking do that at some point. Not a lot, just a little bit. I'll say a little prayer and dump them around Monument Park. I have to do it soon. Like, if not this season, next season for sure, God willing. Well, here we go. We can talk baseball a little bit after this fight. I want to lock in for Pantoia versus Kara France. Please like, share, subscribe if you're new. Thanks for hanging out. I know that fucking Jake Paul fight's going down too. I can't help but want to like peek at it and see what's going on. I guess we all love watching train wrecks at certain points. Or watching the fucking, can't help it. Fucking sometimes the shit's entertaining. Here we go.
With award-winning vodka and by Wingstop, bring the flavor. And now, this fight is 5 rounds for the undisputed UFC Flyweight Championship of the world. judges scoring the contest from Octagon side are Sally Amato, Beck Cartledge, and Ron McCarthy. And when the action begins, a referee in charge of the Octagon, Herb Dean.
Don't let anyone get smoked, Herb Dean.
Fighting out of the blue corner, a mixed martial artist, holding professional record, 25 wins, 11 losses, 1 no contest. He stands 5 feet 4 inches tall, weighing in at 125 pounds.
I don't blame you.
Fighting out of Auckland,
Australia,
presenting the number 4 ranked flyweight contender in the world, the challenger, introducing his opponent, fighting out of the red corner, a mixed martial artist holding a professional record, 29 wins, 5 losses. He stands 5 feet 5 inches tall, weighing in at 125 pounds, fighting out of the Rio do Cabo, Rio de Janeiro, Brazil, presenting the undisputed, reigning, defending UFC.
This should be a good fight too.
Champion of the world, Alexandre, the Cannibal
Pantoia.
All right, gentlemen, we've been over the rules. Protect yourself.
Jake Paul's getting his hand wrapped. Hey, come on. Fucking stream went dead for a second.
Decorated flyweight champion Alexandre Pantoia. 35th pro fight for the champ. He has never been finished. Conor will try to test
I wish
that
we could all hang out one day. That would be awesome.
Pantoia in the black, gold, and red.
Go to like a
good early connection with the right hand by Pantoia.
Do something.
Pantoia brought the right to him.
And he got him swinging. Wow, Pantoia got Conor fronts, comfortable swinging, and he leveled Jake on it. Beautiful job by the champ. You cannot let him get your back. That's a nice job by Kai getting Haidider.
Yeah, beautiful job. Pantoia's got the back though. Oh, right away, body triangle. Not good for Kai. Pantoia is so good on the ground. Yeah, he's so nasty. When he gets your back, he is a specialist.
Eugene Behrman about 10 feet from
right
his
to the ground.
Front's trying to coach him through this.
The problem with that body triangle is it's so difficult to breathe. It's squeezing your guts. And Pantoia is so good at it. He did the right thing though, and turning towards the side.
Frank's gonna be careful. He's gonna go to sleep.
Lessens the pressure on the
He's gonna get
midsection.
choked out.
Now try to use your feet to clear it now.
He's trying to fight Pantoja's hands off.
I don't understand why you're doing it.
I don't think he's gonna be able to.
It's so hard to get to this position.
Yeah.
If you're the champion.
So Pantoia.
The crowd's booing. They don't know. These idiots don't like jiu-jitsu. They just want to see people stand up and beat the shit out of each other. They want to see a bloodbath. And then they call everyone else a casual. It drives me nuts. I love grappling. I love watching fucking fight. I like watching people bang too. But the grappling shit is the art to me. Those are the guys that can fucking really hurt you. That can choke you out, break your arm, fucking bust a leg off. Nasty, nasty shit. In my opinion.
To go free and him to work freely, especially with his left arm.
I love it.
He's got to stay on that left arm.
You can knock him out too,
This
but
just restricts your breathing.
you muckle someone and you don't gonna get beat up. I'd rather do that.
And Kai's rolling towards that ankle, trying to put pressure on
That
him
too.
to get
The guys that can
Pantoia
grapple and don't
lighten
get
up on
taken
it.
down.
Where possibly
It's
he
a
could
chess
separate.
match.
Did a good job. Oh, yeah.
Oh, here we
Did
go.
a good job there.
Gotta be careful with the arm triangle.
Oh, he locked it up. He locked it up.
Uh-oh.
Oh, you gotta get that right knee free, but there's tremendous pressure. He got the knee free, but now he's back on the back again.
Got him
now.
Oh, he's gonna choke Kyra France out. He's got his arm in there and everything.
He's flowing.
Kai Kara France going none.
On the ground is significant.
2 minutes left. Oh, he got out of it.
He got to his position.
Where he's going back to his back. He's going to give up his back.
And with
He can't do that. So back
there's
to
a
the
danger
front.
factor early that every minute that passes becomes less present. And you start getting this minute 8 and 9 and 10.
So many guys you see that are amazing on the feet that can't grapple. It drives me nuts.
Yep, those arms start to blow up, lactic acid.
I don't know if they don't like it because it's a lot of work.
Eugene Behrman calling for Conor Cross to try to leverage a hip. 90 seconds to go round 1.
And Kai's done a great job of staying safe here. He hasn't taken much damage. He's just been controlled for the most part in this
I agree, Joe.
Yeah, he hasn't taken too much damage. Got kind of close. Gets submitted with that arm triangle. But a lot of pressure here on the top.
I was going to say, Joe, even this
Pantoja's
shoulder
muffling
pressure, you
him.
got a guy that's good in jiu-jitsu, and that shoulder pressure into your neck and it makes you start looking away from him, that sucks.
It sucks, and it's so hard to breathe.
It's hard to breathe.
His breathing was restricted by the triangle on the back. Now his breathing is restricted by the shoulder pressure and the weight.
Pantoja's going to try and go for another fucking triangle choke.
Look at that shoulder in the neck. Constant pressure by the champ. And he's just waiting for Kai to make a mistake.
50 seconds in round 1.
To move and progress the position. Knee to the body.
All Pantoja.
If I'm Cara France, I'm just surviving this round. Let's wait till round 2. Hey, you got this, so just make no mistakes. There's nothing he's going to do to take this round back from the champion.
Right.
Nope.
So just get to the second round and start over.
Short elbow from bottom for Conor France.
That's great. That's a great commentary by DC. I rag on him sometimes, but he's right about that one.
Pantoja's got the
He
neck.
lost his round.
He's got it.
Don't get finished.
Man, he is
Dominant domination.
yeah, he's moving around him very
The
easy.
whistle went off.
Total domination in that first round.
5, 4, 3, 2.
Oh, first round, all Pantoja. All Pantoja in round 1.
Don't give him any space. He has to listen. Listen. Also, we'll look for the rear end. You have to move your head a little. Whenever he has the back against the friends, just pressure him a little. Listen, no arm triangle down. Just for now, if you can just stand on top of him, that's better.
Brandon Moreno. Actively interested in the results, and Joshua Pan has made his way out to the octagon after the biggest win of his career. Round 2 is brought to you by Monaco, the official canned cocktail of UFC. 2 shots in every can. All right, round 2 of a possible 5 to decide the flyweight championship. Good connection by Pantoja early round 2. One thing about Conor France, he's not going to get frustrated in fight. He's a mental giant.
Oh, nice. Pantoja, nasty.
Beautiful
kick to
body
the
kick
body.
by Pantoja right underneath that left elbow of Conor France.
Middle of the ring. Judging distance, those guys fake. Pantoja misses a kick. the feet. It's not really working.
Jiu-jitsu game with his dear friend
Not getting
Pantoja.
Pantoja to bite on anything.
A lot less pressure to start round 2 for Pantoja. His coaches told him in the middle of the rounds, make
Nice
sure you
body
stay
kick,
safe.
Pantoja, right
Don't
hand.
take submissions. Just try to control
Right hook.
Cara France for right now.
Ooh, nice. Couple calf kicks after a combination by Pantoja.
And you see the hesitancy of Cara France just getting dominated like that on the ground. You see just a little bit of resistance in exchanges.
Some crazy visual damage on that left side of Cara France after just one body kick. Kai just having a hard time getting off early going.
Just a destroy.
Bulldogging him.
My God.
Back to
He
the
ran him
ground.
over right there.
And now Cara France in the same position. Pantoja on top of him.
$258 to go in round
Seems
2.
to be gaining confidence.
5-round fight.
Yeah,
He's pushing his title run. He doesn't even look like the same guy that fought Steve Erceg anymore.
No, he's much better.
Daniel, if you're Kai Kata, what are you trying to do? Got to a knee here.
Got to get up, man.
Pantoja trying to take his back.
I mean, but look at that. He kicks his
almost
legs
got
out in front of him. Knowing that
Kai
the pressure's on.
France
Kai
back
got to
up-
get his
up against
hands
the
to the
fence.
lock here. Start trying to get his hips forward.
Good job. Pantoja might dump him
The
again.
more he can do this, there's
still
the
got a
hope
single.
that Pantoja starts to fatigue. It doesn't want
Good
to
job,
rush him
Cara
as much.
France got out. Back to the middle of the ring.
And there is a mouse of some kind on the forehead of Pantoja. Not sure what caused it.
Kai's like
Cara France
overswinging now.
throw hard.
But Pantoja's showing a little bit of slowing down. The pace has been frantic. A lot of grappling.
Nice job, France.
Pantoja right now catching his breath. And this is an
Landed a few
opportunity for
shots.
Kai to land one of those big
Pantoja
shots.
lands now.
But even that exchange is not quite as fast. The punches aren't as quick.
145 to go in round 2. Pantoja lands nice 3-piece and a body kick.
Pantoja always does a nice job with his defensive guard, limiting Kata France to a 36% landing clip thus far.
Well, I just heard the Cara France corner say he's sloppy now. That's one of the thoughts they were speaking of earlier in the week about how they thought Pantoja was
Ooh.
sloppy and that would leave an
Pantoja
opening
just missed
for
the
Kai
head
to put
kick.
him out.
Right.
Look at this. Kai looking for a takedown.
Looked like he was in a decent position to get it.
I think that might be a mistake, though.
Yeah, he needs to break space.
Yeah, I don't think he wants to grapple
As the
with him.
champ starts to slow, you got to make him fight your fight because
Wow.
that's going to happen if you start engaging in the
Oh,
ground.
that was bad by Kai.
Because now he's defending.
Yep.
When he was at space, he was clean.
Ooh,
Shots
nice
to the body
shot.
by Kata France.
But this is the second time that Kai has almost gone to a knee to throw a punch. Gotta be very careful.
Oh, Pantoja caught him again.
Pantoja has been the more effective striker here in round 2.
Nice knee, Pantoja.
Sorry, John. In the beginning of the round, he fought really well. He was landing those combinations, ending with kicks. But if I'm Kai Cara France, I'm his corner.
Ooh, big knee. Pantoja
Even
counted him.
down 2 rounds, it looks like the champ is slowing down.
Yes.
That knee, he just ate. His nose is starting to bleed. His nose is starting to bleed.
Kata France
Good
lunges
knee by
inside and lands the
Pantoja.
right hand.
Front kick,
By
Pantoja. That's the end of the round.
Likely is up 2-0.
2-0 Pantoja.
8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Look at me. Listen, at the single leg, you have to go hand to hand. So you can take him off the fence and you use your right hand right on his hip. You know what I'm saying? Like the right wire you get against the fence. Okay. Listen, and also that knee up the middle, like what he's looking at. Listen, he knows he lost his first round, so he's going to come strong. Listen, high hand
Round 3. I got Pantoja up 2-0.
Stand up.
Round 3 of a possible 5 after a fairly fast-moving round 2.
In a round 2 where we saw the champion slow down.
Ooh, big right Pantoia.
Good kick to the body by the champ.
Pantoia almost sprints at the start of the
Ooh, Cara France almost
Like, look
counted
at that. It's just a sprint.
Oh, Kai landed a good right hand in that exchange.
Yeah, but it looks like he's going to get taken down. Because when he was in the clinch, instead of defending, he was trying to punch.
Yep.
You can't punch when a guy's so connected to you, especially when you know they're trying to take you down.
Cara France doing a nice job staying balanced, fighting hands here.
And getting the pressure back into Pantoia. Notice he's getting back into him, but he's got to keep attacking that lock. Can't let Pantoia get his hands locked.
Took him down again.
You can't let him get that body triangle again either. He's doing a good job of avoiding that. He's shaking off the hooks. Oh,
there it is.
There it is.
Yep.
Got it again.
Got the body triangle. Cara France could be in trouble.
He burns time in a dominant
A lot of
position.
time left in the round.
And so even when Kai gets back to his feet, Pantoia has already put himself so far out ahead of him in the round that he's always kind of chasing.
And when you're already tired, this body triangle sucks.
It does so bad.
It sucks.
I was glad that I was a heavier guy because nobody did that. There were a couple that did it, and I'm like, oh my God, what is this? The little guys are good, man. They're way better than the heavyweights.
He's got an arm
Just
in.
know that skill for skill.
He's got an arm in. Oh, it's over. He's got to get it under. He's in trouble. It's not deep, but it's deep. It's very close. Oh, now it's over. Pantoja's going to put him to bed. Over. And still. Nasty jiu-jitsu. I love it. Body triangle. Rolls him. Good night.
He just kept getting
Rear
to his
naked
position.
choke.
He kept getting to his position. And as Kai was getting more and more tired,
Grapplers
he was getting closer and closer.
usually
and he gets
beat
another
strikers.
finish. Unbelievable.
He's so good.
More times than not.
So good at getting better.
I love it. Joshua Van better work on his fucking
This man,
grappling.
Pantoia, won the world title in July of 2023, and here we are 2 years later.
Because Pantoia just put on a fucking
begin to describe it,
a
right?
clinic
4 successive
against the
title
striker.
defenses.
And John, that just makes he's got like 7 wins in the top 15. This is like 5 or 6 in the top 5.
Nasty.
And he just disposed of properly a
He made
guy
that
who was
look
ubiquitously
easy.
regarded as the
Kai
biggest
Cara
power
France
threat in
didn't
this
do shit.
division. Completely outclassed.
I told people Kai Cara
Kai
France
looked like he
wouldn't beat
never
him.
really had a chance against him. But look, he kept giving to
I
his
had
body
a lot of
triangle,
people
John,
that
and
used to come
the
around
moment Kai loses track
and
of the
watch
hand,
our channel that love
Champ
Kai Cara
immediately attacks
France.
his neck. Watch.
I got into beef
doesn't
with
take
them
long.
so bad they don't come around.
He loses track of that left
Or they
hand.
said something
Even
nasty and
early
I
in the fight,
blocked
we
him.
said, control the left hand of
Kai Cara
Pantoia.
France is
He
good.
cannot get loose.
He cannot
The
fucking
moment
grapple.
that left hand got
And it
loose,
kills
he
him.
attacked that choke. We talk about him on the back constantly. This is the same
You
submission
gotta be able to
he
do a
beat
little bit
Kai
of everything.
Asakura with. He's so good here that if you let this man continue to put you in this position, eventually he will find the finish. Johnny is lapping this division right now.
9th career win by rear naked choke for Alexandre
Fucking
Pantoia. 12th career win by
That was
submission.
gorgeous.
And he fought a Kai Cara France who came in on the strength of the best
Toporia.
training camp of his life and the best condition of his life. He had all the attention of the city kickboxing
Oliveira
team.
coming up next.
And Pantoia just way too good.
Motivated, confident, like propelled forward by his culture, his team, and everything. And when you're that good, right? When you're the best in the world, you show it. And this kid has shown it time and time again. And his confidence and his ability, it's on full display every time he steps into the octagon. He's very impressive.
All right, to make this one official, we go inside the octagon where we find Bruce Buffer.
Ladies and gentlemen, referee Herb Dean has called a stop to this contest at 1 minute, 55 seconds of round number 3. Declaring the winner by submission due to a rear naked choke and still
Pantoja. You fought a very tough guy in Conqueror France and dominated the fight. How good did that feel?
Amazing, Joe. Especially when you say that, you know. You're here a long time. You see a lot of fights coming. And you're still here. Maybe when I leave, you're still here. That's so amazing. Thank you, Vegas. I love to make this show for everybody. This is the new Coliseo. When Pantoja is here, Gladiator is here. Are you entertained now?
Unquestionably, sir, you're one of the best to ever do it. And let's take a look at that finish. Take a look at the big screen, please. You dominated him. You got him to the ground multiple times. You showed your jiu-jitsu, and you showed your striking. You showed every element of your game. But at the end, you got him with your specialty, the rear naked choke. You were hunting the back many, many times in the fight, but towards the end, you got that arm under the chin, and you got that tap.
Yeah, a lot of guys know I go to that position. A lot of guys training for that, but I'm still involved, you know. I'm part of the American top team. Every time I need to say thank you to Dan Lambert to create the best gym of the world.
Yes, sir. And the thing about it is, what you just said is so true. You're getting better. As the champion, you're getting better.
Yeah, that's my 4-time title defense. I think I deserve a better ranking in the pound for pound.
Oh, 100%. I think you're at the top. Now, Joshua Van earlier tonight had an absolutely stellar performance. He will be next in line to challenge you for your title. We're going to bring him in here tonight.
Where is he? Where is Josh? Bring it here. Bring it here.
Joshua, come on up. Joshua, I know this is a whirlwind for you. Just 3 weeks ago you fought. Tonight you beat the #1 contender, and you just got to see Alexandre Pantoja defend his title. You will be next. So give me your thoughts on that.
He's a great champion, but he ain't never fought Joshua Van.
Yeah, he's humble guy. He deserves to fight for the title next.
Well, I can't wait to see that. I think that will be a spectacular fight. Joshua, you earned that tonight with an amazing performance. I know the whole audience wants to see that. Two of the absolute best in the division. Alexandre, congratulations, sir, on a truly spectacular performance. Ladies and gentlemen, the champion, Alexandre Pantoja.
Fight interview was brought to you by Drip, the official water of UFC. And that champion, Alexandre Pantoja, champ, is such a credit to the UFC, right?
Yeah.
Wants fresh challengers, more than willing to take on the young upstart Joshua Van, and we got a title fight.
I love that. I love that Joshua Van gets his opportunity. He took a risk about 3 weeks after fighting and gets blessed with the chance to fight the champ. Hey, it's exciting, but sometimes you get a lot more than you bite off, because this dude right here, you bite off more than you can chew, and that might be possible with anyone fighting Alexandre Pantoja. He just keeps evolving and getting better.
And tonight he passes Demetrius Johnson and Davison Figueiredo as the most decorated finisher in the history of the UFC flyweight division. Future in the Hall of Fame, still plenty in the present. Donald Cowboy Cerrone already in the UFC Hall of Fame, with us here tonight at UFC 317. Did anybody get here earlier than Theo Vaughn? I think he might have beaten Joe Rogan actually to the arena tonight. Jamal Murray, the NBA champion from the Denver Nuggets, is with us tonight. As is the newly minted UFC Hall of Famer Vitor Belfort, alongside his great son Davi, an outstanding young quarterback, and Patty the Batty Pimblett. Very excited to watch the lightweight championship live tonight. Oh, we got more. Alongside his great father, Andy, the undisputed UFC heavyweight champion of the world, Tom Aspinall.
He's the champ now, wearing sunglasses.
Sponsored by Bet365.
Your Wi-Fi's going off.
So Toporia versus Oliveira. Coming up next. Last fight of the night. Come on, Oliveira. Please. I would love to see fucking Oliveira do it. Oh, I hope he does. Toporier's been fucking unbeatable, though. He really has. Got fast hands. Massive power. We'll see how he does at 155 tonight against Oliveira. I don't know if the height's going to affect him, but I would assume that he hasn't lost his power gaining weight. And he went up in weight because he was having so many problems trying to make weight at 145. Couldn't make the weight. So he went up in weight. This one's for all the marbles. I don't think any underdogs won tonight, really, besides Peyton Talbot. In the main card, anyway. I don't think a single underdog has won yet. Let me double check. Well, Peyton Talbot did. I know he was a slight. Gregory Rodriguez was an underdog. He won. That was earlier. Alvin Hines lost. He was a fucking underdog. Nico Price was a huge underdog, got destroyed. Darush was a slight favorite against Moicano. Royval was a slight favorite. I don't think Van was the underdog in that one, though. What's up, Gustavo Miranda? I know YouTube did something to fuck with the names, so if I don't notice you, I apologize.
It's so devastating.
I don't prepare myself to win. I prepare myself to dominate.
The sky is the limit for this guy. We're watching something that really doesn't feel like we've seen it many times before.
The first man to knock out Max Holloway.
I don't know if we've seen power at 145 like this. Conor McGregor maybe, but this dude boxes better than Conor McGregor. His skills are better. He tapped, and it seems as though every single fight he improves.
Feels like it's going to take a big effort to beat this Ilia Toporia when he is on.
Cara que vem fazendo uma história gigantesca, mas na realidade o verdadeiro campeão é aquele que perde, sabe dar a volta por cima, poder se tornar campeão. Esse recorde com certeza mostra o quanto perigoso eu sou.
The most prolific finisher in UFC history.
He's got the choke. It's over.
Eu entrei no UFC falando que queria lutar com os melhores, que eu queria quebrar todos esses recordes. Então eu tô aí pra quebrar a história e fazer história.
See what Oliveira can do. I hope Oliveira wins. But he's got a chance to.
He's a lion. All the respect to him.
Toporia got his hands full too.
I represent the new generation of the mixed martial arts.
He's a superstar, man.
Eu acho que consegui botar um passo na frente dele em todos os sentidos. Tanto em pé quanto no chão. Eu já lutei muitas vezes ali dentro, eu tô 15 anos no UFC.
I respect him, but I'm gonna try to take his head off, and you all know that I'm gonna do it.
Eu vou tirar aquele zero de lá, tenho certeza disso. E eu vou superar campeão do mundo, então
I'm gonna be dominating all the time.
Oliveira's been in the UFC 15 years. Wow. Time flies. Fucking nuts. Here comes Oliveira. The place is going to go nuts. There was a lot of Oliveira fans there. They were talking about it.
Well, the fire still burns something fierce for the former undisputed UFC lightweight champion Charles Oliveira. And Joey told us in the fighter meeting, as long as I've got the hunger, I'm going to be here. You were there when he made his UFC debut in 2010. You were there when in his 28th UFC appearance, he broke through and won the undisputed lightweight title. I'd say he's up against it tonight, but far be it from any of us to doubt this amazing champion.
Well, it's a stern test for anybody at 155 pounds. Charles Oliveira is so technical in every element of the game. He's so good standing. He's so good with his kicks and knees up the middle. He's so good in the tie clinch with the knees to the body. His striking is crisp and precise, and he's one of the very best finishers in the sport. His Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu is as good as it gets. I mean, he's just so good in every area of the game. And, you know, I remember when he was kind of a normal fighter. And something happened in his life, the birth of his child, and it hit a switch. And then all of a sudden, he became one of the best pound-for-pound fighters to ever do it. And it was amazing to watch. And the Charles Oliveira that you see standing in front of you is a nightmare for everyone in the division. And it's a huge task for Oliveira to come in here and one more time take the undisputed title. And for Ilia Toporia, a huge challenge, an absolutely huge challenge. One of the best lightweights to ever do it.
Joe, he's not normal. You're right. He used to be normal. Charles Oliveira is not normal anymore. Charles Oliveira is an absolute monster. Everything changed. Everything changed. His striking got stronger. Gaethje says the hardest guy who ever hit him. And that's why I think was being overlooked a little bit by the Toporia side. When you ask all the best lightweights in history, who's the hardest puncher? They say this guy. You know he can submit you. He represents that Diego Lima Shoot the Box Academy. Those guys have built a great team down there. He can do it all, man. And rightfully, he is in this position. I believe he will show Ilia Toporia things that Ilia may not have ever seen before because of his size. I don't know if Ilia can show him anything new because he's been here so long.
His daughter Tyla's birth was the jumping off point. She's been calling all week. She really wanted to be here.
They're booing the shit out of Toporia. That's how much people love Oliveira. I'm not a big Toporia guy too, but he's proven himself. Can't really hate on him too much anymore. Toporia making his way to the ring. Now the blues stop. Pretty cool fucking intros. The way they're using the lights and the ring. Well, they like Toporia too.
Well, not too many boos to speak of now. Enter the former featherweight champion Ilia Toporia. 16 have tried, 16 have failed, and when the weight cut seemingly became too arduous with the greatest featherweights in his weight, Toporia DC moves up. And tonight he will try to join the group that you are in as a two-division UFC champion.
Try to become a two-division champion for the UFC in a period of time that was much quicker than anybody else did it. Nobody did it as fast as Ilia Toporia. Nobody ascended and got to the top of the sport as one of the absolute best quicker than this young man. This guy has great boxing, great wrestling, great grappling. He was a grappler when this whole thing started. He's a monster, and he has confidence like no one I've ever seen. People have been booing him all week, and I don't understand it. I think this kid has the potential to be an absolute star. He's already reaching legendary status, especially if he can win tonight.
One in Germany.
I think that this guy has the ability to get the star power back.
I think he's so confident that it bothers people. Yeah, I think he has so much belief in himself that people want him to fail because because he just keeps destroying the best of the best. To not just beat two of the greatest featherweights of all time, but knock them out is extraordinary. And for him to say, you know what, I'm done with this division. I'm going to move up and be the best lightweight of all time.
Joe, when you possess what he has,
yes.
I don't want to see no one get hurt.
No, shouldn't. That's the confidence
I want to
that's
see a good
earned
fight. I
in
don't
the
want to see no one get
octagon.
hurt.
That's what we want to see. What we want to see is someone who doesn't strive to be a champion, but strives to be the greatest to ever do it. And that is Ilia Toporia.
Almost saw it earlier tonight with Jack Hermanson.
Precision technique, beautiful ground game to go with it, and just intelligence, focus, discipline, determination. He has it all. I mean, he looks thick. He looks a lot thicker. He didn't just stop cutting weight. He put on weight.
Yeah.
All right, these insights are brought to you by UFC Insights Engine, built with IBM Watson X. Ilia Toporia has landed a knockdown in 5 straight fights, tied for the longest active knockdown streak in the UFC, tied with the great Azamat Murzakanov, another undefeated fighter in the light heavyweight division. But Toporia has taken out a couple of fan favorites, Holloway and Volkanovski.
And either guy could win.
Takes on the beloved
It could go 5 rounds and be a fucking
presented by B-Change. Be
bloodbath too.
Rewards for sustainable choices. Toporia, the minus 425 betting favorite side is
If I had to
28.
bet,
Charles
this fight don't go to
Oliveira is
distance.
35. Oliveira taller by 3 inches. He will have a
No matter
5-inch
who wins,
advantage.
I don't think this goes the distance.
And now for your main event introductions, the great Bruce Buffer.
Oliveira's got a 5-inch reach advantage. See if he can use it. He's a lot older too.
Sanctioned by the Nevada State Athletic Commission. Chairman Dallas Hahn, Executive Director
7
Jeff
years
Mullen.
older than
Our 3
Toporia.
judges scoring this contest at Octagon side are Mike Bell, Sally Amato, and Chris Lee. And when the action begins, our referee in charge of the Octagon, Mark Goddard. This championship bout is brought to you by Jurassic World Rebirth. In theaters July 2nd. Get tickets now. And by True Classic. Better fit, better feel, better basics. Head over to trueclassic.com/UFC for a chance to win store credit. Attendance and UFC fans watching around the world. This is the moment you've all been waiting for. Live from the sold-out T-Mobile Arena in Las Vegas. First, fighting out of the blue corner, a Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu fighter holding a professional record, 35 wins, 10 losses, 1 no contest. He stands 5 feet 10 inches tall, weighing in at 154 and 1/2 pounds. Fighting out of Sao Paulo, Brazil, presenting the former UFC lightweight champion and the #2 ranked UFC lightweight contender in the world, Charles Douglas Oliveira. And now, introducing his opponent, fighting out of the red corner, an undefeated mixed martial artist, holding a perfect professional record, 16 wins, no losses. He stands 5 feet 7 inches tall, weighing in at 155 pounds, flying out of Alicante, Spain, presenting the former UFC featherweight champion, Ilia Toporia.
Gentlemen, you both understand the rules, you find that. Listen to me at all times. Keep yourself protected. When I say stop, please stop. If you want to touch, do it now. God bless.
So Islam Makhachev's incredible run as lightweight champion does not end by defeat in the octagon. He moves up to welterweight, and the vacant belt now will be decided between that man, Charles Oliveira, who has held it before, and Ilia Topuria, trying to become the 10th fighter in UFC history to realize a belt in a second division. UFC 317 main event is underway. Oliveira attacks the body early. Nice jab from Toporia.
Oliveira's doing a good job of attacking the legs as well.
Oh! Right hand by Oliveira. Landed nice. Toporia lands. Shot by Oliveira. He can start hooking the leg here to try to take him down. We saw Charles use these same takedowns against Chandler.
And Charles is a big lightweight.
Yes, he is.
Big, tall, very strong. He'll be significantly stronger than anyone Ilia has faced before.
Early takedown.
But Ilia, who's an elite grappler himself, is on top.
Big cut by Oliveira already.
And not in a great place, or so it appears.
Look at this. Ilia in side control already. Big down. That is huge.
Oh, watch the leg here. Oliveira attacking leg lock.
Dangerous position. Ilia's got to be very careful with that left leg.
Oliveira's bleeding. Pretty
He's
bad.
scrambling. He's almost out. The leg's not in danger anymore, but he's still trapped. He's out.
Scoot back into it.
Tremendous composure by Topuria.
Topuria was in trouble there.
You can see right away he's dealing with a different level of strength and skill in Oliveira.
A lot of fighters reluctant to engage Oliveira on the ground. Mark Goddard steps in, under 3 to go, round 1.
Big shots landed by Topuria in tight. Oliveira gets the clinch again.
Ilia throws hard when he goes.
Good uppercut from Oliveira.
But there's a difference already in how Charles is absorbing these shots. Well, he's already busted up. Out cold. Oh my goodness. He called it. He called it. He called it. He said he was going to knock him out in the first round, and he did it. My goodness.
That was unbelievable.
Wow, he hit him with a huge right.
The left hook, man.
No one has ever done it like that to Charles Oliveira.
It looked like a right hook.
Not like that.
And do the special. This do the special.
I mean,
Flatline.
you see where this confidence comes from. He's extraordinary.
Wow.
He really is extraordinary.
Ilia Topuria celebrated the win last night. It proved not premature.
Ilia
He said all
Topuria
week, respectfully, he was going to knock out Charles Oliveira in round 1.
Oliveira is
His
the
words
next
proved
world.
prophetic yet again. And Ilia Topuria has now realized the UFC title in 2 divisions
Topuria's
at age
got
28.
power.
How good is that dude?
He's good.
He is so good.
He's really good.
I mean, this is justified confidence. We were talking last night, like, man, it's kind of crazy that he's celebrating already this victory, but this is why. Look at that right hand. Left hook behind it. Out cold. Out cold.
He was out with
The right hand that put Charles out. Charles was going down.
He was already out.
With the right hand, and then Ilia hit him with the left hook. He was already starting to go down. Watch here.
Look at this again.
He was out.
Boom.
He's already going down.
Boom. Out
Takes
cold.
the left hook. That flattens him. Ilia hits him with the follow-up shots to stiffen it. That's crazy. This guy is special.
No one has done this to Charles. You have to really consider this.
I don't like
the fact that this guy comes up from featherweight, has done this to everybody at featherweight, and Charles has been so durable. For Charles to go out like this in the first round,
Yeah.
just extraordinary.
He's been knocking guys out now. He has now knocked out in a row. He has knocked out
Oliveira was done with the first one.
Patty, Gaethje,
The second one was even worse.
Three worthy challengers
Two
for
hammer
the
fists at the
now
end. He didn't
new
even
UFC
need.
lightweight champion Ilia Toporia, who has now back-to-back knocked out Alexander Volkanovski, Max Holloway, and Charles Oliveira. And you wonder why he is accompanied by boos at times, in some part because he's knocking out the most beloved fighters of the generation.
Yeah, but I mean, there's got to be respect to that because not everybody can do it. That's why they're so loved and they're so valuable to the sport because they've been
He said he was going to do it too.
Nobody's been able to do to them what this young man has done at such a young age. But you can't even hear what they're saying. They're covering their mouth because they don't want for you to hear what they're saying. It's like the NBA guys that pull their jersey over. Right. This is their moment, right? These guys want to share a moment, and they're talking inside the octagon. But I mean, Ilia Toporia is as impressive as anyone we've seen in the octagon for a really long time.
I wonder what his resting heart rate is when he walks into that octagon. I mean, calm, cool, and collected doesn't even begin to describe it. He walks into our fighter meeting.
Like,
everything is so thoughtful
he went
and
like this
manicured
before
and
it
efficient.
started.
He won't
Like,
give you
when the camera
any
went at
extra
him, he
words.
just like lifted his eyebrows.
And just
he is unbelievable.
A smile that
ready?
lights up whatever room he
Here we
walks
go.
into. A confidence that is second to none, honestly. I don't know that this kid has any
not a
doubt
Ilia Toporia
in any
fan, but
situation that he fights
it's
out of.
impressive.
All right, one final time tonight to make this official. Here is Bruce Buffer.
Ladies and gentlemen, referee Mark Goddard has called a stop to this contest at 2 minutes, 27 seconds of the very first round. Declaring the winner by knockout and new undisputed UFC lightweight champion of the world, Ilia
I told you it wouldn't go 5. Wow.
Congratulations, sir.
Thank you very much. The first thing I want to say is thank you, God. Everything I have, everything I am, and everything I'm going to be someday, it comes from Him. So all the glory to God. Thank you for everything.
Ilia, you said you were going to come in here and you were going to knock him out in the first round.
Ilia Toporia.
Why did you believe that was going to happen?
I already said it. I represent a new generation of the mixed martial arts. This is the next level of the game. This is the next thing, and this is what I represent.
So.
You came in here so confident and so calm and delivered exactly as promised. I want you to look at this because it was absolutely extraordinary.
Like that.
You knocked him out with the right hand. The left hook was just academic. You had already KO'd him. 1 and then 2.
I did exactly
and hit him with a jab.
A lot of jabs, jabs, right hand, left hook.
To line it up.
Slides right out.
This was such an extraordinary accomplishment. For you to be undefeated, for you to be a 2-division world champion so quickly, for you to achieve these goals, what is on your mind
He's gonna
right
fight Islam, supposedly.
I don't know. We have
eventually.
Some fucking bitch that when it comes to deliver, his back hurts. So I don't know. Whoever is ready for me, I'm.
Sarukian, Gaethje wants a fight. Gaethje said Gaethje's gonna retire if he doesn't get a championship fight, supposedly. So maybe Gaethje, maybe Sarukian. I believe Islam's going up to 170. That's why the 155 was vacant. So he's gonna have to fight Sarukian and some of the rest of the division. And Patty's around. Patty Pimblett. He looked good last time out. And he beat the fuck out of Michael Chandler, who was up there in the rankings. So there's a couple people, but I don't think any of them beat Toporia.
Look at me.
That was a heavy knockout.
Pimblitt's coming to the ring talking.
But you will never knock me out.
I'm going to submit you. I'm going to put my paws
You know you can't knock me out. You know I don't get knocked out.
You get knocked out.
I finish you.
Even before the fight.
I finish you.
Disrespectful. And Toporia is talking shit too. He's talking about putting his balls on his mouth and his forehead in front of his kid.
That is going to be an incredible fight, but what's important now is just recognizing your accomplishment. You just became a 2-division world champion.
And then he
in a
pushes him.
spectacular performance against a former champion, Charles Oliveira. You did what
Not
no one's
hard,
ever
but-
been able to do to him. You've done it to so many others in the past.
Go and celebrate. Let's fight.
Celebrate, ladies and gentlemen, the champion of the world, Ilia Toporia.
Not sure there has ever been a more memorable jaunt to 9-0 in the UFC. Ilia Toporia, 2-division champion.
I don't like him, but he fucking proved himself once again. Double champ Ilia Toporia knocks out Oliveira in the first round, starches him. Alexander Pantoia submitted Kara France, dominated him. Joshua Van beat Brandon Royal, unanimous decision. Beneil Darush beat Renato Moicano, unanimous decision. Talbot beat Felipe Lima, unanimous decision. Jack Hermanson got knocked out by Gregory Rodriguez. Haidider and Mill got knocked out by Jose Miguel Delgado. Tracy Cortez won by unanimous decision over Vivian Arujo. Terrence McKitty won via submission in the first round. Nico Price lost via submission in the second round. And Alvin Hines, unanimous decision over, unanimous loss to Janata Denise. I don't even know how the fuck you say it. That's what it looks like. Pretty good card. Toporia gonna be around for a long time. We better get used to him, I guess. Well, good night of fights, guys. Thanks for hanging out. I'll be live this week. We'll figure something out. We'll talk some shit. We'll hang out. Weight loss is going good. I'll probably do a video or something about that. Maybe I'll take a walk with you guys or something. We'll shoot the shit. Kai, thank you for being fucking solid. Appreciate you. Jet, all the regulars. Appreciate you guys. I will catch yous later.